it's really, it's not really that. I think it's fair for everyone to aspire to a position that they want. But as you saw in the Kerala situation, it was solved very amicably. It may take its process, the Congress party. If we are fortunate that we have many, many qualified people for the top post, but there can really be only one person who can have that chair. So, but it will be settled amicably, and I have no doubts about that.
But Praveen, in Kerala, it took only 10 days. This has been going on for 3 years. This government in Karnataka has finished 3 years. There was this rotational formula that was apparently in the air. Crises like this have led to problems for the Congress in the past. So the big question people will be wondering is, can this be resolved amicably? That's the question.
I have no doubt in my mind it can be. But I mean, you say it's been rolling for 3 years, but if it's, a rotational, as you seem to suggest that it was agreed or whatever, then this question really comes up only now, right? So it's really only come up now, and I'm fairly sure that the Congress leadership will settle it amicably. Please remember, the South is very important for the Congress party. Yeah. We are part of governments in Telangana, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and we will soon see a change in Andhra Pradesh and certainly in Puducherry. So the South is very important. So we are not going to mess this one up also.
And staying with news from Karnataka, tensions are rising once again over the hijab issue and also Jai Shri Ram in classrooms. So let's take you through these details, these latest developments in Karnataka. This is after remarks made by a BJP leader. A Hindu organization staged a protest against the Karnataka government and Education Minister Madhu Bangar for the reported move to allow hijab in schools and colleges once again. Protesters attempted to wave black flags at the minister during a meeting, but police intervened and stopped them before they could reach the venue. Meanwhile, BJP MLA Janardhan Reddy has backed former BJP leader Basanagowda Patil Yatnal's controversial suggestion that students should say Sri Ram instead of yes sir during classroom attendance. So this is a suggestion made by him. Reddy accused the government of minority appeasement, triggering a fresh political row in the state.
ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಬಸವನಗೌಡ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಯತ್ನಾಳ್ ಅವರು ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಾತು ನಿನ್ನೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇವತ್ತು ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಕರೆದ್ರೆ SR ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತನೂ ಜೈ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Education should be the paramount priority, nothing else.
So, but how do you see, because it's the BJP leaders who are making this pitch, sir?
No, it is not the BJP leader who made this suggestion. It is Basanagowda Patil Yatnal who has been expelled from the party. So please don't link it to the BJP.
But now you have Janardhan Reddy, sir, who's batting for it.
Madam, there are different voices in a political party. That will not be the official. Raising Jai Shri Ram slogans inside the classroom will definitely not welcome the gesture. But I don't think that will be implemented by this government in Karnataka. When they have allowed hijab inside the classroom, will they allow all these slogans inside the classroom? So let the education be the paramount for the students.
All right, so in Karnataka, controversy over hijab and demands for Jai Shri Ram in classrooms. Well, with that, we'll slip into a short break. More news and updates on the other side. Stay with us.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
राजा आरती और मसाला।
High rate, check the audio. High rate, check the audio.
Let's do it. Let's start.
Breaking story, we're jumping straight into it.
We've got a picture of the letter. What is in your letter? You can never predict what's going to happen in Tamil Nadu politics. 21 days in Kashmir. Unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground. Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling.
For a country
that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude. We're standing on the Indian Navy's newest warship. The line of control, Shiv Arun, NDTV.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
And joining me live now tonight for the first time on television is Twisha Sharma's very own brother, Major Harshit Sharma, who has been at the forefront of the fight for justice for his beloved sister Twisha. Major Harshit, thank you for agreeing to speak to me tonight. I would like to start by offering you our unqualified condolences. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, that you are fighting a fight even while you're grieving the loss of your beloved sister. So please accept NDTV's condolences on this. I'd like to start, Harshit, by asking you about the allegations and the many things that have been said by Twisha's mother-in-law about your sister. I have listed some of those right now. She's talked about psychological issues. She's talked about multiple partners. She has talked about sexual past, many things that she has said. I want your opening comments on what Giribala Singh has said about Twisha. Welcome, Harshit.
First of all, thank you for having me here. I'm here strictly in a personal capacity. The things that this woman has stooped down to by making derogatory remarks about my deceased sister.
Welcome back. Let's get you news from Mumbai, where there's been a demolition drive that has created a huge controversy. Now, this is a demolition drive taking place in Bandra, and a lot of political back and forth over this as well. Mumbai witnessing one of the biggest anti-encroachment operations by the Western Railways, which has launched this demolition drive against a shanty in Bandra station to reclaim railway land, which is worth nearly 600 crore. But this has, as always, triggered massive protests and violence as well. 19 people have been arrested for rioting and stone pelting during this demolition drive. All the arrested have now been sent to police custody till the 26th. The Mumbai police claims that this was pre-planned, that stone pelting was all pre-planned, and that stones and cement blocks were actually arranged in advance. Social media reels spreading misinformation are also under the police's radar. One of the reasons it's been so controversial is the mosque was also demolished in this, Garib Nagar, as it's called. The demolition drive sparked a political showdown, with the opposition questioning the manner in which this action was carried out. Listen in.
बांद्रा पूर्व में जो कार्रवाई चल रही है, उसमें अतिक्रमण निकालने का कार्य चल रहा है। अतिक्रमण निकालते समय कुछ लोगों ने पत्थरबाजी की, पुलिस पर पत्थर फेंके, इसलिए पुलिस ने उनके ऊपर लाठीचार्ज किया, उनको कंट्रोल में लाया। उसके बाद जो पत्थर फेकने वाले थे उनको अरेस्ट किया है।
तिथे जे कोण अजितदादांच्या पक्षाचे कार्यकर्ते हे लोकांची माती भडकवत होते, यांच्यावर सुद्धा कारवाई झाली पाहिजे। काल जे किरीट सोमय्या लोकांची घरं तुटत असताना मी तोडली करून आधीच त्यांना जे भडकवण्याचे धंदे करत होते, याची सुद्धा चौकशी झाली पाहिजे। म्हणजे एका बाजूला घरं तोडत असताना ज्यांनी लोकांची माती भडकवली, कोणी त्यांना प्रवृत्त केलं पोलिसांवर अटॅक करायला, या सगळ्या घटनेची चौकशी झाली पाहिजे। जर ती झाली नाही तर हे वारंवार संपूर्ण मुंबईभर, महाराष्ट्रभर असंच होईल। उद्या जर कुठे दंगल घडली तर या दंगलीसाठी जबाबदार कोण हे सुद्धा पोलिसांनी शोधून काढलं पाहिजे।
हर जगह भाजपा करना चाहती है। आज तो बेरोजगारी बढ़ रही है, आज देख रहे हो हीट बढ़ रही है, आज देखो किसान आत्महत्या कर रहा है, आज युवा बेरोजगार है, और ये सब परिस्थिति में महिला भी पूछ रही है कि जो कीमतें हैं आसमान से टकरा गई है। लेकिन ये नहीं, आपको कहीं भटकाना है, पूरे इशू को कहीं और लेके जाना है।
और जो लोग बेचारे छोटे छोटे घर बना के बैठे हैं,
उनको इलीगल बोल के तोड़ दिया जाएगा तो जाएंगे कहाँ वो? ये बुलडोजर कार्रवाई जो यूपी से शुरू हुई है ना, एक फैशन बन गया ये बिल्कुल बंद होना चाहिए।
MIM आए, मुस्लिम लीग आए, राहुल गांधी आए, उद्धव ठाकरे आके खड़े रह जाए, बांग्लादेशी को पकड़ पकड़ के वापस भेजा जाएगा। बांद्रा टर्मिनस बांग्लादेशी मुक्त बन गया है।
हम लोगों ने ऐसा बचाव पक्ष दिया कि कहा कोर्ट को कि भाई ऑलरेडी जब डेमोलिशन 19 तारीख से हो रहा था, ठीक है, तो फिर पथरावबाजी 20 तारीख की शाम में अचानक कैसे होता है? जब अगर पहले से प्रिपरेशन कोई करता है तो फिर 19 तारीख को ही पथरावबाजी होना चाहिए था, तो 20 तारीख की शाम में कैसे पथरावबाजी हो सकती है? ये पथरावबाजी जब हुई है जब मस्जिद को डेमोलिशन और जो मस्जिद का जो गुंबद है, जो तोम बोला जाता है, उसको डेमोलिशन किया, तब जाके लोगों ने उस पर आवाज़ उठाई और वहाँ पे फिर मोमेंट थोड़ा सा हीट हो गया, तब जाके वहाँ पे फिर पथरावबाजी हो, दोनों तरफ से फिर लाठीचार्ज भी हुआ, यहाँ से वहाँ से पथरावबाजी भी हुई। जब अगर सुनियोजित तरीके से ऑर्गेनाइज़ किया जाता है तो फिर ये जो डेमोलिशन के लिए आते तो 19 तारीख को ही हो जाना चाहिए था ना। ये ऑल ऑफ अ सडन 20 तारीख की शाम में कैसे होता है? इस वजह से होता है क्योंकि ये लोग जानबूझ के मस्जिद को डेमोलिश करने के लिए वहाँ पे प्रेजेंट हुए थे। तो जब मस्जिद को डेमोलिशन किया गया तब लोगों ने भड़का और लोगों ने रिक्वेस्ट भी की कि हमको वो हमारे हाथ से हम तोड़ेंगे, हमको एटलीस्ट जो रिलीजियस बुक है वो भी हमको निकालने नहीं दिया।
Well, news now from Madhya Pradesh, and days after the Madhya Pradesh High Court declared the disputed structure in Dhar district is a temple, not a mosque. Now the Muslim side has approached the Supreme Court over this. The Muslim side has gone to the top court after this was declared a temple, and they've expressed hope that the apex court would stay the High Court order which quashed the 2003 Archaeological Survey of India order that had allowed for both the Muslim community and the Hindu community to offer prayers there, and Muslim community was allowed to offer namaz on Fridays. They said that whatever rights the constitution has given us, we will take our point forward, and this mosque should remain and will remain a mosque. Meanwhile, security was increased at the Bhojshala complex today ahead of the Friday prayers. Police also put up barricades, and remember, since this order from the High Court, prayers have been offered at the Bhojshala complex, treating it as a Saraswati temple.
ये बात जो हमारी हाई कोर्ट के समक्ष नहीं रख पाए, हम कुछ मिसकनेक्शन हुआ है, वो हम सुप्रीम कोर्ट के माध्यम से हमारी बात रखने की कोशिश करेंगे, और ये भी साथ ही साथ हम करने की कोशिश करेंगे कि यहाँ हमेशा से नमाज होती है और सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश के बाद हम वापस से हमारी नमाज जारी रखेंगे। जहाँ जहाँ भी मुस्लिम समाज को पढ़ना है अपने अपने मोहल्लों की मस्जिदों में और अपने घरों पर, अपने निजी स्थानों पर, वो बेखुद पढ़ सकते हैं। हमने प्रशासन से परमिशन मांगी थी नमाज के लिए, लेकिन प्रशासन ने लॉ एंड ऑर्डर और हाई कोर्ट का हवाला देते हुए हमारी परमिशन को कैंसिल कर दिया।
हम 2003 में भी एक विवाद हुआ था, हमारा राधा बसंत पंचमी के रोज हमारा राधा के सुंदरकांड मंडल पालकी यात्रा में आया था। 2016 में भी जो विवाद हुआ उसमें भी हमारा राधा के सुंदरकांड मंडल देदला से पालकी यात्रा में यहाँ आया था।
आज शुक्रवार को आमतौर पर आ पाते थे आप मंदिर?
शुक्रवार को नहीं आ पाते थे,
आज सालों बाद।
हाँ, हमें बहुत खुशी और जल्दी से जल्दी हमारी माता यहाँ विराजमान हो, लंदन से उनकी प्रतिमा आए और यहाँ विराजमान हो।
लेकिन आज हमको ऐसा लग रहा है कि हमारी माँ विराजमान हो गई है, ज्योति अखंड यहाँ पे आ गई है, तो बहुत खुशी का मौका है हम लोगों के लिए।
कई समय में हमको मौका इस बार शुक्रवार के दिन पूजा करने का, और बहुत खुशी है, और पूरे धार के हिंदू समाज को बहुत खुशी कि आज शुक्रवार के दिन हमें मिला है माँ सरस्वती की पूजा करने के लिए।
All right, let's now focus on the big issue that's affecting so many people, and that is heat wave, the scorching temperatures across vast swaths of the country. Remember, some of the areas are experiencing over 45 degrees, and it's causing a lot of distress to people who have to work out in the open. It's causing heat strokes as well among the public. So let's take you through, these developments. Hospitals nationwide have opened cooling centers distributing ORS solutions to help residents cope. Several states have even ordered school closures. Zoos are installing air coolers to protect animals. Authorities have also set up rescue and cooling centers to provide relief during this relentless heat wave that is affecting so many parts of the country. And the national capital as well is being impacted by this heat wave. In fact, the IMD has warned that the heat conditions, these high temperatures, will continue for the next couple of days as well.
Quick tips for all our viewers who are working outdoors.
So a simple precautionary measures such as covering yourself up in cotton clothes with high porosity, light colored clothes, and more importantly, giving yourself, for those of our countrymen who cannot avoid going outside in inclement weather, taking shade breaks and fluid breaks at regular interval, meaning thereby, after 1 hour or 45 minutes of work, a person, whether he or she is tired or not, must make it a point to sit and rest for some time, 10-15 minutes in a shaded area, either under a tree or under the shadow of a tall building, preferably still in front of a cooler, and followed by fluid breaks.
All right, so do stay safe in the midst of this heat wave. Follow all precautions. That's our message to the viewers. For the moment, time for us to slip into a short break. Thanks so much for watching. News updates continue right here on NDTV.
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसेली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद, हर रोज।
High red, check the audio. High red, check the audio.
Let's do it.
Breaking story, we're jumping straight into it.
We've got a picture of the letter. What is in your letter? You can never predict what's going to happen in Tamil Nadu politics. 21 days in Kashmir. Ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling. For a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude, we're standing on the Indian Navy's newest warship. The line of control, Shiv Arun, NDTV.
The news, Ayush. Since when do we do scripts? Fair point. Picture this. The biggest stage. Floodlights. Wow. 4K, the works. Where's the hook? There's going to be celebrities and guaranteed eyeballs. Where's the hook? Think about this. Front page advertisements and hoardings. Bro, where's the hook? Cross-platform, digital first, virality. Without a hook, no way. The message is clear. It's 2026. You gotta be real in a world of reels. You gotta be original in a world where everything seems generated. That's it. That's what we're looking for. The best campaigns, the hottest trends, the smartest brand moves on our new show. But wait, what do we call it? The Hook.
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे।
All right, in more breaking news, really, this is the last video that's now emerged. This is the last video of Twisha before she died, and it's a video at the beauty salon. She had gone to the salon just before. This is on the day that she died, and this will obviously raise questions about, the fact that she even visited a beauty parlor just before her death. Her family has claimed that she died by suicide. Remember, she had spoken to her mother as well just before her death, and that call got interrupted because her husband had entered the room. Then you have this CCTV that has been released, which shows her going upstairs to the 3rd floor, and then her body being brought down. Well, let's go across to Anurag Dowry and now for more. And Anurag, so on the day of her death and on the day that her family says that she died by suicide, that's her in-laws and husband claims she died by suicide. So we can see now this CCTV video has emerged which shows Twisha was actually at the salon just hours before her death.
This claim was earlier raised by Giriwala Singh that on that particular day also she went to a salon, and now the CCTV footage has emerged which shows that Trisha had gone to a beauty parlor just few hours before her alleged suicide. The parlor has been identified as Expression Beauty Parlor, where Trisha spent nearly 3 hours before the incident. For almost 3 hours, Trisha was seen trying to relax and unwind. The CCTV footage shows Trisha sitting inside the beauty parlor with her feet placed on a table and getting head massage. The family has also claimed, the Giribala Singh, her in-laws, has earlier claimed that she went to a beauty parlor. This was also written in the anticipatory bail plea application of Giribala Singh and Samarth Singh also, which they submitted before the trial court here in Bhopal.
That's right, Anurag. And now this, video emerging. This is the last video of Twisha Sharma, if we don't count, of course, that CCTV footage of her going upstairs that has now emerged, spending a few hours at a beauty parlor on the day that she died, on the day that her in-laws said she died by suicide.
And joining me live now tonight for the first time on television is Twisha Sharma's very own brother, Major Harshit Sharma, who has been at the forefront of the fight for justice for his beloved sister Twisha. Major Harshit, thank you for agreeing to speak to me tonight. I would like to start by offering you our unqualified condolences. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, that you are fighting a fight even while you're grieving the loss of your beloved sister. So please accept NDTV's condolences on this. I'd like to start, Harshit, by asking you about the allegations and the many things that have been said by Twisha's mother-in-law.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Prime 5 with me, Trisha Sharma, and the big news is that Twisha's absconding husband will be surrendering in moments from now. We'll be tracking that story with all our reporters panned out across the country. But first, a quick check on the headlines. Trisha Sharma's husband, Samarth Singh, ready to surrender after 10 days on the run. Big development in the Twisha Sharma mystery death case. Madhya Pradesh High Court allows second autopsy of Twisha Sharma's body. Madhya Pradesh government seeks CBI probe in Twisha case to back family and High Court. Next hearing on 25th of May. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Vijay expands his cabinet. Allies VCK and AIIMS get cabinet berth. DMK attacks. VCK hits back, says slander will not save DMK. In Karnataka, BJP MLA Janardhan Reddy bats for students to respond with Jai Shri Ram instead of yes, sir during attendance in classrooms. Meanwhile, Hindu groups stage protest over hijab rollout in Karnataka. And large swathes of the country reeling from a punishing heat wave, temperatures breaching 45 degrees in several parts. We bring you ground reports from worst impacted areas.
Presented by Canara Bank. Together we can.
All right, we have some breaking news coming in. That's big update in the Twisha death case. Twisha's husband now, Samarth, is all set to surrender. Samarth will finally face the law. This is, of course, after 10 days on the run. Samarth to surrender. Earlier in the day, his lawyer informed the court that the petitioner, Samarth Singh, wanted to withdraw the anticipatory bail petition as he was ready to surrender, but sought permission to surrender before the trial court. And that big update coming in after being after absconding for almost 10 days and denying all the allegations on him, which is that of dowry harassment, forced abortion, mental and physical torture of Twisha. Big news coming in is that the lawyer has said that Samarth Singh is all ready to surrender. Earlier, he had also applied for the anticipatory bail plea in the lower court, which was rejected, and then the Madhya Pradesh court, which was also rejected. But the big news coming in is that in moments from now, Twisha's husband, Samarth Singh, will be surrendering. Let's take a listen to what Samarth's lawyer exactly said, after which we'll go across to our reporters.
कहाँ सरेंडर करेंगे, कुछ आपकी जानकारी
जी सरेंडर करने के संबंध में अभी कोई स्पष्ट जानकारी नहीं है कि वो कहाँ पर कोर्ट में सरेंडर करना चाहते हैं या आईओ के सामने सरेंडर करना चाहते हैं। जैसे भी हमें जानकारी आती है।
तो आखिर ऐसा क्या हुआ कि एक आप सरेंडर ना करने के लिए बात एंटीसिपेटरी बेल की बात कर रहे थे और एक सरेंडर करने के लिए
उनका अपना निजी डिसीजन था, तो उस पर अभी कुछ कहना मुमकिन नहीं होगा।
All right, tell us more about this big update coming in. I'm now being joined by our reporters, Tejshri from Delhi, Harpreet from Bhopal District Court, and Anurag as well from Bhopal. I want to first come across to you, Anurag. We've heard Samarth's lawyer there clearly saying that after absconding for 10 days, after withdrawing his anticipatory bail plea, he's rather all set to surrender. What are you gauging? What are your sources telling you?
Yes, so on 18th, his anticipatory bail plea was rejected by a court here in Bhopal. Then he moved to the High Court. And before the matter came up for hearing, his lawyers informed the court that they will surrender before the trial court. But I spoke to a few of the senior police officials, and they have clearly said that it has to be seen whether he'll surrender before the court, because if he comes to the IO, there, they want him to be arrested. And that's why, because they have said that they have very few relatives in Bhopal and they have searched all the premises, but 6 teams were formed by the police to track the movement to arrest Samarth Singh, but he's, absconding. Remember, he's a criminal lawyer, and whether he'll surrender before the IO, that too on a weekend, that has to be seen. Because time is running out. If he has to surrender before the court, he'll do it now. Otherwise, if he surrenders in front of the IO, he'll be taken into custody.
Right, I'm going to go across to Tejshri. Tejshri, you've been tracking the story very closely since it broke out. We have Samarth's lawyer saying that he will be surrendering. The case, a second post-mortem has also been allowed at this point of time in Delhi by a team of AIIMS Delhi doctors. Tell us more about that, and how complicated will the situation be? What are some of the next steps that we're looking at if Samarth Singh actually surrenders today?
Well, you see, as our colleague Anurag was pointing out, that if Samar surrenders today in front of the police, then he will be taken into the police custody. Several questions will be asked to him so as to what actually happened in between 10:05 p.m. to 10:20 p.m. at that particular point of time when the call was made by Bhojshala Singh to the family members of Trisha Sharma, number one. Number two, there will be several questions asked so as to why, what was the kind of behavior, what happened, and not just that, but why he was absconding. Where was he for these 10 days? Why was he absconding if he was not wrong? What will he be saying in his defense? Remember, as you also have rightly mentioned, Raisha, that he himself is a criminal lawyer and his mother is a retired judge. So they very well know so as to how the law works, and they will be very well answering all these questions. But here, in fact, the family and the friends, what they have been saying, that they feel that it's a ray of hope for them, because a team of doctors from Delhi AIIMS will be flying to Bhopal, and then a second post-mortem will be conducted. Now, there are several loopholes, according to the family members of Twisha, who are...
Right, Tejshri, we'll come back to you shortly. There's some technical glitch with her, but I'm going to go across to Nupur. Right, Tejshri, go ahead.
So there were multiple, loopholes according to the family members as well in the post-mortem. Not just post-mortem, but the statements that Bhojshala Singh has been making. And apart from that, we did speak to a number of family and friends who in fact highlighted that Twisha had 2 phones. One phone was submitted later, which was a personal phone. So was the chat history, call recordings, were they deleted, and why there was a delay in calling the police, why there was a delay in registering the FIR. Not just that, but they also the important very important CCTV footage that shows that how Samarth, along with two other individuals, has been dragging the body of Trisha down. The questions have been also raised by the family members that why the very first call was not made to the police station, despite the fact that the police station is just few meters away from their residence, and why these 40 calls were made, as the family has been asking. So now needs to be seen that when Samarth surrenders, will he be surrendering in front of the court or the police? And in fact, when the second autopsy report, the second postmortem will be conducted, what all is revealed in that particular report as well.
Right, Teshri, I want to go across to Nupur. Nupur, let's go across to Harpreet, then I'll come to you. Nupur, Harpreet, you're joining me from outside the Bhopal District Court. What are you hearing from there? Of course, earlier we had the hearing in which the Madhya Pradesh Court asked the CBI to take over the case. And apart from that, also second autopsy has been ordered in the Twisha Sharma death case. But what are you hearing at this point of time?
बिल्कुल देखिए, आज अगर मध्य प्रदेश में बात की जाए तो इस मामले में जिस तरह से मध्य प्रदेश हाई कोर्ट में अग्रिम याचिका समर्थ सिंह की आज खारिज कर दी गई है, और हालांकि उन्होंने जो वकील है उन्होंने ये अग्रिम याचिका जो है वो वापस ले ली है, तो इस पर अब इंतजार किया जा रहा है। और कोर्ट ने जो निर्देश यहाँ पर समर्थ सिंह को दिए हैं कि वो यहाँ पर सरेंडर करे। सरेंडर करने के लिए उन्होंने दो जगह बताई हैं। एक आईओ यानी इन्वेस्टिगेशन ऑफिसर जो कटारा हिल्स थाने के हैं, हालांकि वो इस वक्त भोपाल में मौजूद नहीं है, क्योंकि उनकी तरफ से जो आईओ है डॉक्टर रजनीश कश्यप एसीपी हैं, जो एसआईटी के हेड भी हैं, वो इस समय जबलपुर में है। जबलपुर में चूंकि आज इस मामले की सुनवाई होनी थी, इसलिए प्रशासन पुलिस की तरफ से अपना पक्ष रखने के लिए वो जबलपुर पहुंचे। ऐसे में माना जा सकता है कि जब आईओ नहीं है तो समर सिंह आईओ के सामने पेश नहीं हो सकते, वहां सरेंडर नहीं कर सकते हैं। ऐसे में संभावना इस बात की व्यक्त की जा रही है कि समर सिंह कोर्ट पहुंच सकते हैं, सेशन कोर्ट में वो सरेंडर कर सकते हैं। हालांकि संभावना जताई जा रही है क्योंकि हाईकोर्ट ने ये निर्देश यहाँ पर दिए हैं। अग्रिम जमानत जो है वो भी वकील ने यहाँ पर अपनी वापस ले ली है। तो ऐसे में दो जगह, एक आईओ और एक भोपाल सेशन कोर्ट। तो फिलहाल आईओ इस समय भोपाल में मौजूद नहीं है। तो उम्मीद है कि जो समर्थ सिंह है वो कुछ देर बाद जिला कोर्ट में सरेंडर कर सकते हैं। जी
हाँ हरप्रीत, और बताइए, समर्थ जबलपुर कोर्ट पहुंच चुके हैं सरेंडर करने से पहले। अगर आयु नहीं होता है तो आगे हम क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं, आगे के क्या स्टेप्स हो सकते हैं? बिकॉज समर्थ सिंह पहुंच चुके हैं जबलपुर कोर्ट, उसके बाद वो सरेंडर करना चाहते हैं। इनके लॉयर ने भी यही कहा है कुछ समय पहले।
बिल्कुल देखिए, जैसा कि हाईकोर्ट ने ये कहा है कि आईओ के सामने आपको सरेंडर करना है। आईओ, जैसे कि मैंने बताया, इन्वेस्टिगेशन ऑफिसर जो एसआईटी हेड भी हैं डॉक्टर रजनीश कश्यप एसीपी हैं। चूंकि वो इस मामले में पुलिस की तरफ से अपना पक्ष रखने के लिए जबलपुर हाईकोर्ट में आज मौजूद रहे हैं। अभी फिलहाल वो वहाँ से भोपाल के लिए रवाना हुए हैं। जब वो यहाँ पर नहीं है तो ऐसे में इस बात की संभावना बिल्कुल भी नहीं है कि समर्थ सिंह आईओ के पास पहुँचेंगे या वो वहाँ पर सरेंडर करेंगे। इसके साथ ही भोपाल सेशन कोर्ट में भी सरेंडर करने के यहाँ पर जो डायरेक्शन है वो हाई कोर्ट की तरफ से दिए गए हैं। तो इस बात की संभावना हो सकती है कि कुछ देर बाद, या ये भी पूरी तरह से इस बात में संभावना यहाँ नहीं जताई जा सकती कि समर्थ आज ही कोर्ट में सरेंडर करेंगे। लेकिन चूंकि हाई कोर्ट का अब फैसला है, हाई कोर्ट का एक डर है और इस मामले में सुबह से जो अपडेट आ रहे हैं वो बिल्कुल कहा जा सकता है कि ट्विशा की फैमिली के पक्ष में आ रहे हैं। तो ऐसे में जो आरोपी, चाहे वो गिरिबाला हो या फिर समर्थ सिंह हो, तो अब कोर्ट के आदेश के बाद इस बात की संभावना जताई जा रही है कि अब से कुछ देर बाद भोपाल जिला कोर्ट में समर्थ सिंह सरेंडर कर सकते हैं। तो फिलहाल इसी बात की संभावना है, क्योंकि आईओ नहीं है, जैसे कि हमने कहा, इस वक्त यहाँ पर मौजूद नहीं है और जिला कोर्ट में समर्थ संभावना ज्यादा है कि वो यहाँ पर पहुंच के सरेंडर करें।
Right, Harpreet, thanks for getting us the latest. I'm going to go across to Anurag right now. Anurag, our colleague Harpreet, they're breaking that news that Samarth has reached the Jabalpur court ahead of his surrender. You earlier pointed out as to how complicated the situation will be if it does not surrender in the absence of an IO in the next few hours.
Yes, and the breaking news coming from Jabalpur that Samarth Singh has reached the district judge's courtroom to surrender. This is the breaking news coming in from Jabalpur that Samarth Singh has reached the district judge's courtroom to surrender. Remember, today during the hearing of his anticipatory bail plea, his lawyers said that he will surrender in front of the IO or the court, and now he has reached at the Jabalpur district judge's courtroom to surrender. So this is the breaking news coming in from Jabalpur as of now.
Right, Anurag, Samarth Singh was on run for 10 days. First, he denied all kind of allegations against him of dowry, of torture, and he also withdrew his anticipatory bail plea. But now, as we speak, he is there. He's reached the Jabalpur court ahead of his surrender. What perhaps led to his change of his heart? Because we do know he himself is a practicing lawyer and his mother a former judge.
Yes, he's a criminal lawyer by profession. He assisted Madhya Pradesh government, also a law graduate from the prestigious National Law School in Bangalore. But today he withdrew his bail plea from the High Court, and said that he can surrender either before the investigating officer or the trial court. But now he has reached there at the Jabalpur to surrender. We don't know what caused the change of heart, because he's absconding for the past 10 days. Earlier, his anticipatory bail plea was rejected by the trial court here in Bhopal, and the court has ordered either he should be arrested or his lawyer said that he will surrender. Remember, the police has also announced earlier a cash reward of 10,000 rupees. Then the amount was increased to 30,000 rupees. But he was on the run for almost 10 days, and now he has reached at the Jabalpur court to surrender.
Anurag, for the benefit of our viewers, I'll come back to you shortly. I want to go across to Harpreet right now. Harpreet, आप हमें भोपाल कोर्ट के बाहर से ज्वाइन कर रही हैं. समर जबलपुर कोर्ट पहुंच चुके सरेंडर करने से पहले. आगे के क्या स्टेप्स हो सकते हैं अभी अगर आयो नहीं है तो?
बिल्कुल, देखिए समर्थ पहुंचे हैं अगर जबलपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट में, यानी कि उन्होंने सरेंडर वहां पर कर दिया है. चूंकि मामला हाई कोर्ट में है, ऐसे में अगर वो वहां सरेंडर करते हैं तो माना जा सकता है कि वहां की जो पुलिस है, यानी जबलपुर की जो पुलिस है, वो भोपाल की कटारा हिल्स पुलिस को यहां पर उन्हें दे सकती है, जिसके बाद उन्हें गिरफ्तार किया जाएगा और गिरफ्तार करने के बाद उन्हें जल्द ही भोपाल लाया जाएगा और भोपाल में उनसे इस पूरे मामले में पूछताछ की जाएगी. तो समझा जा सकता है कि अब जो कानून का डर है, या जिस तरीके से अभी तक जो रसूख पिछले 11-12 दिनों से नजर आ रहा था गिरिबाला सिंह, समर्थ सिंह का, अब वो कहीं पूरी तरह से ये लोग शिकंजे में कानून के फंसते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं. और ऐसे में आज ही देखिए कोर्ट में अग्रिम जमानत की याचिका वापस ली है. इसके साथ ही गिरिबाला के जो वकील हैं उन्होंने भी उनका साथ छोड़ दिया, केस लड़ने से इनकार कर दिया. सीबीआई जांच की मांग भी आज यहाँ पे राज्य सरकार ने केंद्र सरकार को भेज दी, और इसके साथ ही सेकंड पोस्टमार्टम की भी यहाँ पे जो अनुमति वो ट्विशा को मिल गई. तो कुल मिलाकर जो आज पूरा दिन रहा वो एक अहम दिन ट्विशा केस में रहा. और अब जैसा कि समर्थ ने जबलपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट में सरेंडर किया, हालांकि उम्मीद की जा रही थी, संभावना जताई जा रही थी कि वो यहाँ भोपाल कोर्ट में सरेंडर कर सकता है. लेकिन चूंकि अब ये भी माना जा रहा है कि समर्थ आसपास ही था, अपने परिजनों के संपर्क में ही था, आज जैसे ही परिजनों ने उसकी या वकील ने अग्रिम जमानत की याचिका वापस ली, उसे जरूर यहाँ पर इस बात की जानकारी दी गई होगी और वो जबलपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट पहुंचा, वहां पे सरेंडर किया. तो बस अब इंतजार है कि जल्द ही पुलिस उसे यहाँ के कटारा हिल्स थाने में ट्विशा का पूरा मामला यहाँ पर दर्ज किया गया है, और अब कटारा हिल्स की जो पुलिस है वो जल्द ही समर्थ को लेकर भोपाल पहुंचेगी और इस पूरे मामले में पूछताछ करेगी.
Ji Harpreet, I want to go across to Anurag. Anurag, Samarth Singh was absconding for 10 days. He's now reached the Jabalpur court. He will be surrendering in moments from now. But we've seen in the past how his own mother tried to tamper the evidence. There were 2 phones that Twisha had. She was not giving the second phone to the police. And she also tried to use her influence, her power. How much of that perhaps will impact Samarth's surrender at this point of time?
So many things going on today. The state government has written a letter to the CBI for an investigation. The High Court has also ordered the second post-mortem, and now Samarth Singh withdrew his bail plea from the High Court and said that he will surrender. And now our sources are telling us that he has reached there at the Jabalpur District Court to surrender. And the police has also moved to the High Court, the MP government, and they have clearly said that Giribala Singh has violated the anticipatory bail conditions. And they also said in their application only that the learned court, the court which gave the anticipatory bail to Giribala Singh, has committed a grave error by overlooking the statutory provisions of sections 118 of the Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam also, wherein it is a period that if a woman dies within 7 years of a marriage under unnatural circumstances, the general presumption is against the husband and in-laws that they had caused her death. And they have also said in their application that Giribala tried to tamper with the evidence.
Right.
These were the serious charges by none other than the Madhya Pradesh government and the Madhya Pradesh police in the High Court.
Right, Anurag, stay with us. We'll come back to you shortly, but let's tell our viewers more about how Twisha's husband is under the lens, the timeline of Samarth Singh as well, and timeline of this whole case. First up, on May 12th, Twisha died. Samarth Singh was absconding. He absconded that very day. Then on May 18th, the court rejected Samarth's anticipatory bail plea. On May 19th, the police officers announced a bounty of rupees 10,000 on whereabouts of Samarth Singh. And then on May 21st, police officers hiked that reward, that bounty, to 30,000 rupees. Samarth then also filed another fresh bail plea in the Madhya Pradesh High Court. And then on May 22nd, Samarth withdrew the anticipatory bail plea as well. So as we speak, Samarth has reached the Jabalpur High Court and he will be surrendering in moments from now. But let's now tell you more about Samarth Singh. Who is he? From an advocate to an accused. He is Twisha's husband, and as we speak, he, after 10 days of absconding, he's all set to surrender today. Apart from that, he is an independent litigator and a legal advisor as well. He has been practicing law since September 2018. And he's been practicing in various courts, that's in Bhopal, Jabalpur and even Indore. He's specialized in criminal defense, service law, consumer protection as well. Let's now tell you about his education and career. He is a BLLB Honours in one of the top institutes here in India, NLSIU, Bengaluru. He's also an Erasmus Mundus Exchange, Ghent University, and also a former legal advisor to the government of Madhya Pradesh in the time period of June 2023 to August 2025. He's enrolled with Bar Council of Madhya Pradesh in 2018, and his case is also under the scanner. As we speak, he's booked in wife Trisha Sharma's death case. Currently, he was absconding for 10 days, but right now he's reached the Jabalpur court ahead of his surrender today. He has various allegations on him. The FIR includes dowry harassment allegations as well. Well, mother Giribala Singh also named in the FIR. Now, Twisha was found dead in Bhopal on May 12th, 2026. About the court and the investigation so far, the anticipatory bail has been rejected on May 18th. The police also increased the bounty on him, announced rupees 30,000 reward. Samarth Singh reportedly, he's perhaps not untraceable. He has reached the Jabalpur High Court, and Twisha's family has some major demands. They were their old demands because as we speak, there is a second post-mortem which has been announced, which will take place by Team AIIMS Delhi. And apart from that, Madhya Pradesh court has also rather told the case to be taken over by the CBI. I will go across to Anurag for more on this. Anurag, with the case only getting murky at this point of time, all eyes, of course, on Samarth Singh, who, as we speak, is all set to surrender in Jabalpur. Tell us more.
जयदीप ये बताइए कि उनको फोन लगा लीजिए ना, क्योंकि मृगेन सिंह ने बोला है।
जी मैं उनसे बात कर लेता हूँ।
कर लो, आप बात कर लो ना।
अपन बात
ये जयदीप हैं, ये समर्थ से बात कर रहे हैं अभी। सर जयदीप, तो ये जो जयदीप हैं ये समर्थ सिंह के एडवोकेट हैं, मृगेन सिंह के जूनियर हैं। उन्होंने बताया कि यहाँ पर वो सरेंडर करने के लिए आने वाले हैं और अभी किस रूम में है, कहाँ पर हैं, ये जानकारी पूरी नहीं दे पा रहे हैं। मैं भी पूरी कोर्ट रूम में काफ़ी जगहों पे गया हूँ। हालांकि मृगेन सिंह का कहना ये है कि जो समर्थ हैं वो यहाँ पर सरेंडर करने के लिए आ चुके हैं और डीजे उन्हें सरेंडर से इनकार कर रहे हैं। ये मृगेंद्र सिंह जो एडवोकेट हैं उनका कहना स्पष्ट रूप से कहना है कि वो यहाँ आ चुके हैं और उन्हें सरेंडर से इनकार किया जा रहा है। अब हम खोज रहे हैं कि कहाँ समर्थ सिंह से हमारी पहली मुलाकात हो सकेगी।
All right, we tried to speak with Samarth's lawyer there, but as we speak, Samarth Singh has reached the Jabalpur court and he will be surrendering in moments from now. But let's go across to Anurag for more on this. Anurag, Samarth Singh has reached the Jabalpur court to surrender, but our reporter there is saying that he's not being allowed to surrender there.
Yes, more drama coming out from the Jabalpur court. There you have heard our senior colleague, Sanjeev Chaudhary reporting from there that he has already reached the court, but the DJ has said, the district judge has said that he's not intended to take the surrender of Samarth Singh. Remember, because this case was registered here in Bhopal and in the High Court, his lawyers withdrew the application of anticipatory bail plea and they said that he wants to surrender before the trial court. So the trial court is in Bhopal and we all are waiting outside the trial court in Bhopal. But now our sources are telling us that he's there in the district court there in Jabalpur. And the investigating officer who is the ACP, the Additional Commissioner of Police, Rajneesh Kashyap, is also there in Jabalpur. So whether he'll surrender before the IO or before the court or before the trial court, that has to be seen. But our sources are telling us that he's very much inside the court, but in which courtroom, where exactly he is yet to be seen.
Right, Anurag, because our reporter there clearly saying that Samarth Singh is not being allowed to surrender, but the judge has asked Samarth to surrender in Bhopal. As we speak, Samarth, according with his lawyers, has perhaps reached the Jabalpur court. How complicated the situation will get if Samarth does not surrender today?
See, obviously there are only two options. Either he surrender or the police should arrest him. The police is trying to arrest him. They have formed 6 teams there. He's absconding for the past 10 days. He has already got enough rope and, for the past 10 days, first the trial court here in Bhopal rejected his anticipatory bail. Then he moved to the High Court and before his plea came up for the hearing, his lawyers informed the court that he will surrender and they want to withdraw the application. So he'll surrender before the trial court, and now we are hearing that he has reached there at the Jabalpur district court. That is not the trial court. So when and where he'll surrender, before the investigating officer or before the court or before the trial court, so much theatrics going on before his surrender. And remember, he's a criminal lawyer by profession, so top police officials they have few apprehensions because they knew that if he surrenders during the weekend, he'll be in police custody, and obviously he wanted that to avoid. I mean, Samar wanted police custody to be avoided, and that's why his lawyers made a point before the High Court also that they should ensure that that if he surrenders, his hearing will commence within 24 hours. To which the state government has reacted and said, no, he's an accused, and that is not possible. That before coming in front of the law, he's making demands. So at that very point of time, his lawyers assured the court that he'll surrender. Yeah.
Stay with us, Anurag. We'll replay that video in which the lawyer spoke to NDTV and says that Samarth wants to surrender. Take a listen.
ये जयदीप हैं, ये समर्थ से बात कर रहे हैं अभी। सर जयदीप, तो ये जो जयदीप हैं ये समर्थ सिंह के एडवोकेट हैं, मृगेंद्र सिंह के जूनियर हैं। उन्होंने बताया कि यहाँ पर वो सरेंडर करने के लिए आने वाले हैं और अभी किस रूम में है, कहाँ पर है, ये जानकारी पूरी नहीं दे पा रहे हैं। मैं भी पूरी कोर्ट रूम में काफ़ी जगहों पे गया हूँ। हालांकि मृगेंद्र सिंह का कहना ये है कि जो समर्थ हैं वो यहाँ पर सरेंडर करने के लिए आ चुके हैं और डीजे उन्हें सरेंडर से इनकार कर रहे हैं। ये मृगेंद्र सिंह जो एडवोकेट हैं उनका कहना स्पष्ट रूप से कहना है कि वो यहाँ आ चुके हैं और उन्हें सरेंडर से इनकार किया जा रहा है।
All right, Anurag, our colleague there again telling that Samarth is at the Jabalpur court, but the judges have asked him to surrender in the Bhopal court. Like as we speak, we don't know where Samarth is at this point of time, in which room he is there at the Jabalpur court. But But why is perhaps the judge asking him to surrender the Bhopal court? Is Samarth looking at
the Jabalpur court? But
yes, please.
Yeah, but the district judge has said that he will have to surrender before the trial court only, and the trial court is in Bhopal. So it has to be seen now because it's already 5:23. So the time is running out for Samarth Singh. So he surrenders before the court or before the investigating officer. Remember, because of the hearing, the investigating officer is also there in Jabalpur. So whether he surrenders before the court or before the investigating officer is yet to be seen.
Like you also mentioned that Samarth is a criminal lawyer himself. Do you think he's looking at some of the loopholes right now to evade this?
Obviously, for the past 10 days, he's running from one court to another.
या नहीं है ना अभी वो कोर्ट परिसर में मौजूद है, तो जैसे ही अगर उनका आना होता है कोर्ट परिसर में सरेंडर करने के लिए तो आपको सूचना ही मिल जाएगी। अभी जज साहब से मेरी मुलाकात नहीं हुई है इस संबंध में, अगर सरेंडर करते हैं तो बिल्कुल जरूर आप सभी को पता चलेगा इस संबंध में। देखिए नहीं अभी यहाँ कोर्ट परिसर में नहीं आए हुए हैं, उनको सरेंडर करना है, उनका आना है सरेंडर करने के लिए, पर अभी कोर्ट परिसर में पहुंचे नहीं है वो। अभी जज साहब से मेरी मुलाकात तो इस संबंध में नहीं हुई है, अगर मुलाकात होती है इस संबंध में सरेंडर कर रहे हैं, उनको सरेंडर करना है, कोर्ट में करना है सरेंडर, अभी वो कोर्ट परिसर में मौजूद नहीं है, मतलब आप पहुंचे जबलपुर में ही करना था। अभी सर अभी मैं स्पष्ट नहीं कह सकता कि वो जबलपुर कोर्ट में ही कर रहे हैं सरेंडर, लेकिन है जबलपुर में है, मौजूद है सरेंडर करने के लिए, क्योंकि आज देखिए यहाँ पर एक कंफर्मेशन
ये बताइए उनको फोन लगा लीजिए ना, क्योंकि मृगेन सिंह ने बुलाया।
जी मैं उनसे बात कर लेता हूँ।
कर लो एक मिनट, आप बात कर लो ना।
All right, that was Jaideep, Samarth's lawyer, clearly saying that Samarth right now is not at the Jabalpur court, but he wants to surrender today itself. He goes on to say that Samarth has not reached the court as we speak, but he will be surrendering at the Jabalpur court. Remember, the court has asked Samarth to surrender in the Bhopal court in front of the trial court there. I want to go across to my colleague Anurag for more on this. Anurag, we heard Jaideep, Samarth's lawyer, they're clearly saying that Samarth has not reached the court. You clearly said the time is passing as we speak. He's not reached the Jabalpur court, but he wants to surrender today as well. That's on one hand. On the other hand, the court has asked Samarth to surrender in Bhopal. How is the situation panning out at this point of time? Will he surrender, if at all, today or not?
So you must have seen our senior colleague Sanjeev ji, taking Jaideep to a corner, and there also he mentioned, and in front of other reporters also, he clearly said that he's in Jabalpur, but whether he'll surrender before this court or some other court is yet to be seen. That Samarth is in Jabalpur and he will surrender. But when will he surrender? Where exactly he will surrender, before some other court or before the investigating officer? Because I'm repeating this again, that the investigating officer, Commissioner of Police Rajneesh Kashyap, is also there in Jabalpur. So where exactly will he surrender is the question. He has reached Jabalpur, that is for sure. The court has already said that he has to surrender before the investigating officer or before the trial court. The trial court is in Bhopal, which is like 4 to 5 hours journey from there, from Jabalpur. So in a sense, his lawyers have also confirmed that he is in Jabalpur. So whether he'll surrender in front of the judge in Jabalpur or the investigating officer, we all are waiting. As we say that, as we know that he's a criminal lawyer by profession, so he know how to avoid how to law. And that's why for the past 10 days, 6 police teams are chasing Samarth Singh, but he evaded them, he avoided them, he was nowhere to be seen, and the amount has just increased from 10,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees for the whereabouts of Samarth Singh. But when the High Court, the matter of his anticipatory bail plea reached High Court, the family of Trisha was ready to oppose, the state government was ready to oppose. His lawyers informed the court that they are withdrawing their application as per their communication with his client, with Samarth Singh. and then they informed the court that Samarth will surrender before the trial court. But it's already, the time is running out, and his lawyers have just now informed in front of all the cameras that he's there in Jabalpur, but when he will surrender, that has to be seen.
Right, Anurag. Thanks for getting us all the latest. As we speak, Twisha's husband is in Jabalpur, has not reached the court. Will he surrender or not? That seems to be the million-dollar question. But let's tell you more about all that has happened. It's day 10 since Twisha was found dead at her in-laws, and now the probe has only intensified. After justice for Twisha chorus grew louder, the Madhya Pradesh court has now ordered a second post-mortem with a special AIIMS Delhi team set to travel to Bhopal for the fresh autopsy. Meanwhile, key accused Samarth Singh has withdrawn his anticipatory bail plea, and he is all set to surrender before the court. As we speak, he's reached Jabalpur court. On the other hand, Twisha's mother-in-law, a retired judge, Giribala Singh's role is also under scanner. The Madhya Pradesh government has moved court seeking cancellation of Giribala's bail. The state government has argued that bail was granted in a hurry. The next hearing in the matter is scheduled for May 25th. Madhya Pradesh government has also written to the centre seeking a CBI probe in this very case. This came after Twisha's father met Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Mohan Yadav as well. And as we speak, there is, of course, second post-mortem of Twisha's body, which has been ordered. Take a listen to all the reactions coming in, what the police officers are saying at this point of time.
फिलहाल इस पूरे मामले में अग्रिम जमानत को लेकर पुलिस की अगली क्या कार्रवाई है और क्या अपडेट अब तक इस मामले में है?
इसमें हमने एंटिसिपेटरी बेल कैंसिलेशन के लिए लगाया है एक आरोपी के, क्योंकि वो जांच में सहयोग नहीं कर रहे थे, और जो समर्थ है उनकी गिरफ्तारी के लिए हम पूरे प्रयास कर रहे हैं।
सीसीटीवी फुटेज में जो लोग नज़र आ रहे हैं, क्या उनसे भी कुछ पूछताछ की जा रही है?
वो जो 3 व्यक्तियों का जिक्र कर रहे हैं, उसमें 2 व्यक्ति हैं जिनके बयान हो चुके हैं, एक समर्थ सिंह है जो फरार हैं।
सर, इसको लेकर भी राज्य सरकार ने, केंद्र सरकार को एक पत्र लिखा सीबीआई जांच के लिए। पुलिस ने तमाम जो तथ्य हैं, जो कहीं कोई चूक थी, वो सब चीज़ें उपलब्ध यहाँ पर करवा दी गई हैं।
नहीं, उसमें वो राज्य शासन ने लिखा है सीबीआई जांच के लिए, बाकी तो हम अपनी कार्रवाई कर रहे हैं।
सर, समर्थ सिंह को ढूंढने के लिए भी पुलिस टीमें लगी, क्या मध्य प्रदेश, भोपाल या इसके अलावा बाहर भी उसकी तलाश की जा रही है?
जो उसकी गिरफ्तारी के हर संभव प्रयास कर रहे हैं, तो लगी हुई हैं सभी टीमें।
46 क्रॉस वाले लोगों की बात आ रही है, उसके बारे में
सब चीज़ों के लिए माय एडवोकेट विल बी देयर टू आंसर। जी, मैंने आपको बताया है ना कि हमारे लोग भी तो कंडोलेंस तो देंगे ना, इतनी दुखद घटना सुनेंगे। एंड जो बड़े प्रेम से उन्होंने, हम लोगों ने सब ने मिलके बहू का स्वागत किया था। ठीक है, आपने उस दिन भी देखा, मैं ऑफिस भी जा रही थी, पुलिस को मेरे बयान लेने थे, भाई पत्रकार ले रहे, तो आप लोग वो तो ले ही सकते हैं ना। दे हैव नॉट बॉदर्ड टू टेक माय स्टेटमेंट, दे डिडंट बॉदर टू कलेक्ट द सीसीटीवी एंड वी आर गिविंग देम डॉक्यूमेंट्स।
तो ये जो फोन कॉल्स हुए, आपसे बातचीत हुए, ये सिर्फ आश्वासन देने के लिए, सांत्वना देने के लिए?
मुझे तो इतना है, बिकॉज माय आई मीन इट्स अ कंप्लीट ब्रेन फॉग। इसके अलावा तो क्या हो सकता है भाई? What can they do? No, if they could influence the police, आज ये क्यों स्थिति आ रही कि मेरी गैर हाजिरी पुलिस अंदर घुस रही है? वो ऐसा मेरे घर के अंदर घुस के चुपचाप से रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहे थे। ये आईटी एक्ट का भी उल्लंघन है, विदाउट माय नोटिस। ठीक है, तो और वो डॉक्टर्ड वीडियोस हैं।
Well, in the Twisha death case, her mother-in-law, Giribala, is also at the epicenter. Let's tell you more about that. First up, Giribala's anticipatory bail plea hearing is on May 25th. Giribala Singh's lawyer has withdrawn from the case itself. Advocate Inosh George Carlo has perhaps withdrawn midway. And apart from that, the Madhya Pradesh government has also given consent for a CBI probe for Twisha death case to be transferred from Madhya Pradesh for a CBI probe. Apart from that, Giribala also may lose her position as a consumer panel post. Remember, she's a retired judge. Madhya Pradesh government has also initiated proceedings against her as we speak. But apart from that, there's also been a chilling new detail which has emerged in the Twisha death mystery. These, what we're going to show you, are perhaps exclusive visuals which show Twisha's final known movements before her death. So what's happening right now is that Twisha visited a beauty parlor next to her house. At 3:12 p.m. on May 12th, Twisha is seen entering a parlor. Minutes later, at 3:26 p.m., she undergoes a head massage, which we showed you the visuals here. And then at 5:45 p.m., Twisha is seen getting a pedicure. These visuals are now under the scanner as investigators piece together her final hours before the tragedy unfolded. Well, I'm now being joined by Dr. Nisha Khanna. She's a psychologist. She's a celebrity psychologist and a marriage counselor as well. Welcome to NDTV, Doctor. First up, I want to ask you that we've shown that video in which Trisha perhaps goes to the parlor on the same day that her in-laws allege that she committed suicide. Do you think these are some signs that she would perhaps commit suicide?
Ma'am, when people are under stress or anxiety, we most of the time tell, or having depressive symptoms, we most of the time tell them to do self-care activities. Now, this particular case, when Trisha, you are telling me that going to the parlor, and she is doing her self-care, and I would think it's a very positive sign. She must be very hopeful. Maybe if she's stressed also, or it's just a part of self-care. So I would say it shows that the positivity in her, maybe not having direct signs that she can commit suicide, but definitely it is showing the positive sign. This girl is taking care of her health and she is putting herself on priority, or maybe doing the daily self-care activities.
Okay, so clearly this video of Twisha going to the parlor does not actually mean that she would commit suicide. So my follow-up is, what psychological signs perhaps appear before a person taking such an extreme step? Because we've heard Giri Bala coming out and giving multiple interviews saying that Twisha had psychological problems, she had withdrawal symptoms, and she committed suicide. So what do you have to say on that?
Ma'am, if any person who is on any sort of antipsychotic or any sort of drugs, which she was mentioning, I do not know how literally she was talking about the schizophrenia. Again, if there must be some illnesses in any person that must be diagnosed by any doctor on the prescription, it must be written there that the person is suffering from. Now, what her mother-in-law says, I do not go by those words, but if the treatment was going on, must be any psychiatrist or any psychologist, she must be going the treatment part. So by saying certain words or using words, depression, anxiety, we would not as a professional take it as if some person was going through, then definitely person can flip anytime. But there is no doubt about that any person who is under the stress, the way I have seen the videos of the, I would say the marriage, both the couple were very happy. They may be having adjustment issues with settling down with each other during the marriage course. How much stress the person was able to take it, I would say it again depends upon the capacity of the person. When two people have disputes or adjustment issues or incompatibility issues during the marital disputes. Right. When you are again talking about any serious illnesses, stress and anxiety most of the time or depressive symptoms are very usual when someone is adjusting in new homes. Especially because the girl has to leave the house and adjust in the in-laws house. When you are using the term of psychiatric illnesses, these are the serious, I would say, blames, where you have to know that whether the person was going through under medications, if the drugs was there, whether any treatment or psychiatric treatment was going on. We can't comment on the basis of that the person, if the treatment was going on, those prescription or those doctors would be there. They know the right illnesses. Because the people who are having any suicidal attempt, past history of self-mutilation, they may try the suicidal attempt in the past also. So any person is not going come one day and commit suicide. Definitely if people are under drugs or in withdrawal symptoms, can have symptoms or delusions, but I would say that whether this girl was suffering from any, there is any psychiatrist prescription is there in media.
There's perhaps no evidence.
About there's a lack of evidence. So evidence is there. If the psychiatric illnesses are there, there must be some treatment history. She was on which sort of medication. Certain medication has definitely some side effects. And also when the person is going through deep depressive traits or emotional instability, maybe borderline issues, maybe bipolar, we do not know. Or psychotic illnesses, maybe having delusions or hallucinations. I can't comment on that when someone comes up on media and tell. Without proof
or without the treatment, there is some prescription is there, then I would say that the person must be going through some treatment.
Right.
What sort of medication she was taking.
Right. Just to sum that up, it clearly means that Twisha one day cannot just wake up and see that, okay, I've had enough, I'm going to now kill myself. There will perhaps be history of suicidal symptoms. We've had those chats of Twisha with her brother, with her friends. One of her friends also said that she lost 15 kgs after marriage. What immediate interventions can perhaps help someone showing these kind of symptoms? Because so far she did not show any suicidal symptoms. But what perhaps could have been done so that Twisha could have been alive today?
Ma'am, I have seen when again she is talking about this history, sometimes people have this anorexia, those diseases can be maybe eating disorders, sometimes due to the extreme stress and depression cases. And that may lead to somewhere schizophrenia also. But I have seen myself certain cases which can lead to that. But again, I'm saying it, there may be a history of prolonged stress and depressive symptoms. There may be the person must be in survival mode. Another thing is that when I am saying it out, the person is how dealing, because in the marriages photographs, in the video, she was quite very chirpy person. Whether she was socializing with the friends or not, how much she was interacting, if anyone was understanding how serious she was suffering, she was unable to cope with. That's why I said it to you. Sometimes borderline symptoms are there, the people are extremely sensitive or they are having a difficulty. Depression is basically what? That we are in certain scenario and we are unable to balance that out with that scenario. And it is sometimes we are missing our past things, which were very happy because she was, I think so, some beauty pageant also in the past, she participated that and won that. So she must be missing that life. I do not know whether these people were stopping her to interact with the outer world, how she was managing herself, because shifting from one city to another, people have problems. Like maybe I can give you an example. People having the Mumbai, people have a problem in shifting to Delhi. And how the friend circle, you lost your friend circle.
How the environment perhaps can impact you and what kind of steps you can take further. Absolutely. Thanks very much, Dr. Khanna, for joining us on the show and sharing your insights with us. All right, on that note, we slip into a very short break, but come right back. News updates continues here on NDTV 24/7. Well, Samarth Singh will be surrendering shortly in moments from now. He has reached the Jabalpur court, but the court has asked him to surrender in the Bhopal court. Well, big development in the Trisha Sharma mystery death case. Madhya Pradesh High Court allows second autopsy of Trisha Sharma's body. Madhya Pradesh government seeks CBI probe in Twisha case to back family in High Court. Next hearing on May 25th. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Vijay expands his cabinet. Allies VCK and AIIMS get cabinet berth. DMK attacks. VCK hits back, says slander will not save DMK.
Presented by Canara Bank. Together we can.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी प्योर वर्मिसली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद, हर रोज।
High rate, check the audio. High rate, check the audio.
Let's do it. Let's start.
Breaking story, we're jumping straight into it.
We've got a picture of the letter. What is in your letter? You can never predict what's going to happen in Tamil Nadu politics. 21 days in Kashmir. Unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground. Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling. For a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude, we're standing on the Indian Navy's newest warship. The line of control, Shiv Arur, NDTV.
All right, in more breaking news, really, this is the last video that's now emerged. This is the last video of Twisha before she died, and it's a video at the beauty salon. She had gone to the salon just before. This is on the day that she died, and this will obviously raise questions about, you know, the fact that she even visited a beauty parlor just before her death. Her family has claimed that she died by suicide. Remember, she had spoken to her mother as well just before her death, and that call got interrupted because her husband had entered the room. Then you have this CCTV that has been released, which shows her going upstairs to the 3rd floor, and then her body being brought down. Well, let's go across to Anurag Dowry and now for more. And Anurag, so on the day of her death and on the day that, you know, her family says that she died by suicide, that's her in-laws, and husband claims she died by suicide. So we can see now this CCTV video has emerged, which shows Twisha was actually at the salon just hours before her death.
This claim was, earlier raised by Giriwala Singh that on that particular day also she went to a salon, and now the CCTV footage has emerged which shows that Trisha had gone to a beauty parlor just few hours before her alleged suicide. The parlor has been identified as Expression Beauty Parlor, where Trisha spent nearly 3 hours before the incident. For almost 3 hours, Trisha was seen trying to relax and unwind. The CCTV footage shows Trisha sitting inside the beauty parlor with her feet placed on a table and getting head massage. The family has also claimed, the Giriwala Singh, her in-laws, has earlier claimed that she went to a beauty parlor. This was also written in the anticipatory bail plea application of Giriwala Singh and Samarth Singh also, which they submitted before the trial court here in Bhopal.
That's right, Anurag. And now this, video emerging. This is the last video of Twisha Sharma, if we don't count, of course, that CCTV footage of her going upstairs that has now emerged, spending a few hours at a beauty parlor on the day that she died, on the day that her in-laws said she died by suicide.
And joining me live now tonight for the first time on television is Twisha Sharma's very own brother, Major Harshit Sharma, who has been at the forefront of the fight for justice for his beloved sister Twisha. Major Harshit, thank you for agreeing to speak to me tonight. I would like to start by offering you our unqualified condolences. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, that you are fighting a fight even while you're grieving the loss of your beloved sister. So please accept NDTV's condolences on this. I'd like to start, Harshit, by asking you about the allegations and the many things that have been said by Twisha's mother-in-law about your sister. I have listed some of those right now. She's talked about psychological issues. She's talked about multiple partners. She has talked about sexual past, many things that she has said. I want your opening comments on what Giriwala Singh has said about Twisha. Welcome.
Welcome back. You're watching Prime 5 with me, Trisha Sharma. Now shifting our focus to the global lens, let's tell you what else is happening at this point of time in the war in West Asia. Iran is discussing with Oman how to set up some form of a permanent toll system that's regarding the Strait of Hormuz that will formalize its control of maritime traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, to which the US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has said that no country should accept Iranian tolls in Strait of Hormuz. Meanwhile, when it comes to negotiations, Rubio said that there perhaps has been a little bit of movement in Iran negotiations. Speaking to a news conference, Rubio said that there's been some slight progress towards a deal with Iran, however said that the fundamentals remain the same. That is, firstly, Iran can never have a nuclear weapon, and second, that the US will have to address the issue of Iran's highly enriched uranium. On the other hand, Iran has said that both the sides are exchanging messages and draft proposals to establish a formal framework for an agreement. Meanwhile, in other news, an explosive social media report is now raising massive espionage and security concerns tonight. Independent journalist Jennifer Zhang alleges that a server standing directly behind billionaire Elon Musk at a Beijing state banquet is actually a highly decorated active duty Chinese military officer. This is not the first time that Beijing has faced accusations of using disguised personnel to monitor foreign dignitaries and elite corporate tech executives. Here's more. The image went viral for the tech CEO's expressions, but author Jennifer Zhang claims the real story is the woman clearing the plates. Zhang shoulders the blame for these explosive allegations directly onto Chinese state data, identifying the waitress as Major Cheng Cheng. Zhang alleges this server is an elite battalion commander who literally helped write the operational manuals for China's military ceremonies. While the Chinese government has not responded to these specific claims, the tactics line up with historical patterns. Security experts note that China has a documented history of deploying deep cover operatives against Western targets. Past incidents include the high-profile Fang Fang suspected honeypot operation targeting US politicians in California. Additionally, Western intelligence has repeatedly warned of embedded Chinese state actors infiltrating corporate tech spaces and diplomatic circles under innocent guises. As foreign tech leaders continue to negotiate direct access to Chinese markets, critics warn that Beijing's hospitality may come with a hidden, watchful price. We report NDTV World. And with that, we slip into a very short break. Come right back. News updates continues here on NDTV 24/7.
All right, in more breaking news, really, this is the last video that's now emerged. This is the last video of Twisha before she died, and it's a video at the beauty salon. She had gone to the salon just before. This is on the day that she died, and this will obviously raise questions about, the fact that she even visited a beauty parlor just before her death. Her family has claimed that she died by suicide. Remember, she had spoken to her mother as well just before her death, and that call got interrupted because her husband had entered the room. Then you have this CCTV that has been released, which shows her going upstairs to the third floor, and then her body being brought down. Well, let's go across to Anurag Dowry and now for more. And Anurag, so on the day of her death and on the day that, her family says that she died by suicide, that's her in-laws and husband claims she died by suicide. So we can see now this CCTV video has emerged, which shows Twisha was actually at the salon just hours before her death.
This claim was, earlier raised by Girewala Singh that on that particular day also she went to a salon, and now the CCTV footage has emerged which shows that Trisha had gone to a beauty parlor just few hours before her alleged suicide. The parlor has been identified as Expression Beauty Parlor, where Trisha spent nearly 3 hours before the incident. For almost 3 hours, Trisha was seen trying to relax and unwind. The CCTV footage shows Trisha sitting in. The family has also claimed, the Girewala Singh, her in-laws, has earlier claimed that she went to a beauty parlor. This was also written in the anticipatory bail plea application of Girewala Singh and Samarth Singh also, which they submitted before the trial court here in Bhopal.
That's right, Anurag. And now this, video emerging. This is the last video of Twisha Sharma, if we don't count, of course, that CCTV footage of her going upstairs that has now emerged, spending a few hours at a beauty parlor on the day that she died, on the day that her in-laws said she died by suicide.
And joining me live now tonight for the first time on television is Twisha Sharma's very own brother, Major Harshit Sharma, who has been at the forefront of the fight for justice for his beloved sister Twisha. Major Harshit, thank you for agreeing to speak to me tonight. I would like to start by offering you our unqualified condolences. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, that you are fighting a fight even while you're grieving the loss of your beloved sister. So please accept NDTV's condolences on this. I'd like to start, Harshit, by asking you about the allegations and the many things that have been said by Twisha's mother-in-law about your sister. I have listed some of those right now. She's talked about psychological issues. She's talked about multiple partners. She has talked about sexual past. Many things that she has said. I want your opening comments on what Giribala Singh has said about Twisha. Welcome, Harshit.
First of all, thank you for having me here. I'm here strictly in a personal capacity. The things that this woman has stooped down to by making derogatory remarks about my deceased sister has really set the family back, and it is unfathomable how one person can be, so cruel in her demeanor when the person is dead. While she was alive, she would be completely, at a different level altogether. Let me remind the ex-judge the rules of engagement of the bail. She was not supposed to interfere. With the investigations. She was not supposed to make comments on my dead sister. Such derogatory remarks, trying to divert the attention of the people as well as the investigation agency. Let me remind the ex-judge the very law that she's been practicing and passing judgments on. She has forgotten all of it. I question the bail granted to her. I question who has granted this bail. And I question her, after receiving the bail, how is she justifying these actions? And why is there no action being taken?
Harshit, do you have reason to fear that the investigation is being influenced? Your brother-in-law, Samarth Singh, has been absconding for 9 days and counting. The sense we get from your family is that your fear is that Giribala Singh and her family are able to influence the proceedings. Is that what you are saying?
It is not a fear but a fact. A coincidence, a single coincidence can happen. Coincidences, 2 of them, 3 of them.
Hello and a very good evening. You're watching Nationwide at 6 with me, Aditya Raj Kaul. And as always, you're tuned in to your favorite primetime destination. All Nationwide at 6, we take you on 2 of the biggest news that are making headlines here in India and all across the globe. Now, first one, of course, is about Twisha Sharma case. This is about a daughter who has died, but questions haven't died. And we at NDTV are asking those uncomfortable questions. Samarth has to face the law and he had to surrender. He's not surrendered yet. We will get you the latest on that story. And moving on, the second big story of the day. This is about Marco Rubio's visit to India. He will be meeting External Affairs Minister Jaishankar. Trade, energy and Quad will be in focus. We on NDTV will be keeping a close watch on this. This and much more on this bulletin, but let's get you the headlines at this hour. A daughter died, questions didn't. Samarth Singh to face the law. Rubio's India visit, in fact, has been talked about, but this is Jabalpur court asking Trisha Sharma's husband, Samarth Singh, to surrender before Bhopal court after 10 days on the run. Big development in the Trisha Sharma mystery death case. Madhya Pradesh High Court allows second autopsy of Trisha Sharma's body. Madhya Pradesh government seeks CBI probe in Twisha case to back family in High Court. Next hearing on the 25th of May. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Vijay expands his cabinet. Allies VCK and AIIML get cabinet berths. DMK attacks. VCK hits back, says slander will not save DMK. In Karnataka, BJP MLA Janardhan Reddy bats for students to respond with Jai Shri Ram instead of Yes Sir during attendance in classrooms. Meanwhile, Hindu groups stage protest over hijab rollout in Karnataka. And large swaths of the country reeling from a punishing heat wave. Temperatures are breaching the 45 degrees in several parts of the country. We bring you ground reports from the worst impacted areas.
Presented by Canara Bank. Together we can.
And on top of Nationwide at 6, breaking news coming in. West Bengal Chief Minister Suvendu Adhikari has met Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This is Suvendu Adhikari's first meeting with the Prime Minister ever since he became the Chief Minister of West Bengal. Now, Suvendu Adhikari is in New Delhi. This is his first visit to New Delhi ever since he became the Chief Minister. He, of course, met the President of India and has been holding several key meetings. Remember, the BJP government came in power with a historic mandate in West Bengal just a couple of weeks ago. And now Prime Minister Narendra Modi has met Suvendu Adhikari. In fact, Suvendu Adhikari called on the Prime Minister. Aishwarya Jain, NDTV's correspondent, is keeping a close track on Suvendu Adhikari's movements in Delhi. Tell us more about this meeting, Aishwarya. What was this all about? It is merely courtesy, symbolic, or much more to it?
Well, it's been hectic 2 days for Suvendu Adhikari, who is in Delhi. Last night, he met Home Minister Amit Shah. The meeting lasted for almost 2.5 hours. And today, he, of course, met the Vice President. It was also Suvendu Adhikari who called upon Nitin Nabin, BJP President. He also met Defence Minister Rajnath Singh this morning. And now it's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He reached at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg and certainly gifted that photograph of Vande Mataram as well. It is, of course, congratulatory, a visit. Certainly, for the first time after becoming Chief Minister, he is in the national capital. Perhaps the meeting with Home Minister Amit Shah, what we have been told is that the implementation of the central government schemes there in West Bengal is the key focus, and how to implement it as soon as possible to reach out to large number of masses in West Bengal is the priority of Suvendu Adhikari, and that's the message that has been given. Of course, these are first few meetings that Suvendu Adhikari is undertaking as far as his meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Home Minister Amit Shah, and Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan is concerned.
Jain getting us the latest details, but this is Suvendu Adhikari meeting the Prime Minister. He's been holding several meetings, and on top of the agenda is central government schemes being implemented in West Bengal, and of course BJP's political agenda. Thank you for those details, Aishwarya. And on top story of the day here on NDTV, it's day 10 since Twisha was found dead at her in-laws, and now the probe intensifies after justice for Twisha chorus grows louder. The Madhya Pradesh High Court has now ordered a second post-mortem with a special AIIMS Delhi team, a forensic team set to travel to Bhopal for the fresh autopsy. Meanwhile, key accused Samarth Singh, who is a lawyer, has withdrawn his anticipatory bail plea and has to surrender before the court. On the other hand, Twisha's mother-in-law, a retired judge, Giripala Singh's role is also under scanner. The Madhya Pradesh government has moved court seeking cancellation of Giripala's bail. The state government has argued that bail was granted in a hurry. The next hearing in the matter is scheduled for May 25th. Madhya Pradesh government has also written to the centre seeking a CBI probe in the case. This came after Twisha's father met Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Mohan Yadav. Now, this is, of course, the biggest story of the day that we are tracking, but let's get you more details on the timeline and how Twisha's husband has been under the lens. Now, this is, of course, something that we have been talking about here on NDTV, relentlessly seeking justice for Twisha. But on May 12th, Twisha died and Samarth Singh absconded. Remember, it's been 10 days already. He hasn't been caught. He's been on the run from the law of the land. Thereafter, in fact, on May 18, the court rejected Samarth's anticipatory bail. Remember, that's been his legal strategy. He is a criminal lawyer himself, and that's why he wanted to evade any kind of an arrest and has been on the run completely incommunicado. On May 19th, the cops announced 10,000 bounty on Samar. That's what the Madhya Pradesh police did. But they hit a dead end because they were not able to find where exactly Samarth Singh was, in fact, evading his arrest and running away from the law. On May 21st, the cops hiked the reward to 30,000. 30,000 was the bounty that was kept on Samarth Singh for anybody giving a clue to the police on where exactly Samarth Singh is. On May 21st, Samarth files fresh bail plea in the court. But certainly there isn't much success that he has got. And finally, on the May 22nd, Samarth withdraws the anticipatory bail plea, and that is today. So these are the details that we are picking up. We will see and report live here on NDTV when Samarth finally surrenders and tell you what kind of repercussions will he face. But as of now, we have Harpreet joining us live on the latest development in a few minutes from now. But this is something that has created a huge uproar all across the country. You're seeing visuals of the wedding that took place a few months ago between Samarth and Twisha, but all was not well. Was it a suicide that led to abandonment of suicide as well? Well, the courts and the police will certainly decide as the investigations continue. But this is one case that has really shaken the conscience of the country, and we at NDTV have been relentlessly reporting all angles of the Trisha Sharma case, also on why exactly has the society been silent, and are there several other such cases where, of course, we have the society being silent, the family and the friends not coming to the rescue. Let's also tell you the autopsy details in the Twisha case. This is the second autopsy that we are talking about, which will be held and has been allowed. New autopsy, fresh forensic scrutiny. Now remember, fresh teams from the All India Institute of Medical Science will be traveling to Bhopal to conduct this second autopsy. And questions over the pre-death injuries to be cleared. Remember, in the first autopsy, there were some injuries that were reported. Was this self-harm? Was this due to Samar? This is under the scope of investigation. Nothing can be proven at this particular stage, of course. And later, could expose gaps in the first probe. Remember, Madhya Pradesh police has been investigating this, but there have been questions on the clout of this particular family. Remember, the mother-in-law of Twisha has been a judge. She has a clout. She has, help in the judiciary and the police. Was there some kind of a tampering that was involved in this? This boosts the demand for transparency. That's what we've been telling you here on NDTV. On the entire angle of the investigation on the Trisha Sharma case, there needs to be a reinvestigation. There needs to be an autopsy again. And the family certainly wants clarity, transparency, and justice. Could impact the entire case direction, really. The second part of the investigation, the second autopsy, could really tell us what really is the mystery behind the death on this entire matter. Let's go across live to Bhopal. In fact, Anurag, Dowry, and Harpreet are joining us on this big story. Harpreet, what can you tell us? You've been reporting continuously from the courts. You brought us this story, where the entire nation is shaken, really. Are there any details of Samarth surrendering soon in Bhopal? Because that really didn't materialize as per their strategy in Jabalpur.
बिल्कुल देखिए, अगर समर्थ ने जबलपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट में सरेंडर किया है तो इस बात की पूरी संभावना है कि पुलिस की कस्टडी से बचने के लिए जुडिशियल कस्टडी में समर्थ सिंह पहुंचा है। लेकिन एक वो गंभीर मामले का आरोपी है, उस पर 304B का मामला दर्ज है। ऐसे में जब वो भोपाल की कटारा पुलिस थाने में, जहां पर उसके खिलाफ मामला दर्ज है, यहां की पुलिस जबलपुर पहुंचेगी और फिर उसे लोकल पुलिस की कस्टडी से अपनी कस्टडी में लेकर भोपाल पहुंचेगी और फिर इसी भोपाल कोर्ट में 24 घंटे के अंदर उसे पेश किया जाएगा। और ये तय माना जा रहा है कि जिस तरह से वो पिछले कई दिनों से फरार था।
All right, Harpreet, stay with us. There's breaking news coming in. Samarth Singh has finally surrendered. These are fresh visuals coming on your screen. First on NDTV, Samarth Singh, the lawyer that the nation was waiting will surrender, has finally surrendered. These are first and exclusive visuals coming on NDTV, where we can tell you how Samarth Singh, his face covered completely in front of the cameras, and these are visuals coming you from Jabalpur court in Madhya Pradesh, where Samarth has surrendered. You can see he's wearing a cap. There's a white gamcha around his neck. He's trying to hide himself, running away from the cameras of the media, but he has to answer some very uncomfortable questions. Remember, viewers, the entire nation's conscience was shaken really when this episode took place, and for 10 days he has evaded an arrest. He has been on the run. Samarth Singh on your NDTV cameras right now. He is running towards the courtroom. He is trying to surrender. Will he be able to surrender? Because the district judge has said he will not allow a surrender here. Or will he be arrested by the Madhya Pradesh police team that is present inside the court premises? So these are visuals exclusively here on NDTV. This is, of course, first and exclusive here on NDTV. Visuals of Samarth Singh inside the court, and of course, getting us the latest.
ऐसे एसआईटी जहां भी है यहां पे आए, इनका लुकआउट नोटिस जारी है।
फुल ड्रामा चल रहा है यहाँ पर, सरेंडर करने के लिए आए हैं। हेलो,
समर सिंह आप लोग बाइक पर भगा।
Visuals coming on your screen, viewers. This is Samarth Singh, who was absconding on the run for 10 days, but on NDTV screens right now from the Jabalpur court in Madhya Pradesh, breaking news coming in that in the Trisha Sharma death case, the mystery death, Samarth Singh, the main accused, has in fact surrendered now in front of the Jabalpur court. Will the surrender be accepted, or will he be immediately arrested by the Madhya Pradesh police? We have to wait and watch on what legal protocols really are taken, but these are the first visuals coming on your screens of Samarth Singh. NDTV's reporter Sanjeev is in fact asking questions to Samarth Singh, but he is trying to evade, run away from the NDTV cameras towards the courtroom. Earlier in the day, the lawyer had come in for Samarth and said that he wants to surrender, but the district judge has refused the surrender request and asked them to surrender in Bhopal. That's where the jurisdiction of the case really is. But Samarth Singh is currently inside the Jabalpur court. It does seem like he did not have any more options after, he tried to explore all legal options and try to evade the arrest for 10 long days. And now, in front of the NDTV cameras, NDTV tried to pose uncomfortable, tough questions to him, why he was evading for the last 10 days, what were the last moments of Trisha Sharma, his wife, was there some kind of a scuffle, what about the body injury marks on Trisha's body, and what really happened during those last crucial minutes with Trisha Sharma. Remember, there have been CCTV footages also around Trisha Sharma that raised several crucial questions in the investigation that the Madhya Pradesh police in Bhopal will have to investigate.
आप सरेंडर करने आए हो, ये सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हैं आपको। समर्थ, दो नंबर समर्थ, ये बताइए क्या आप सरेंडर करने आए हो, ये सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हैं आपको। समर्थ, दो नंबर समर्थ, ये बताइए क्या आप सरेंडर करने आए हो, ये सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हैं आपको। दो नंबर समर्थ, ये बताइए क्या आप करने आए हो, ये सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हैं आपको। क्यों बॉस, उसकी बाइक तो कराओ एक बार। चल 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 करने आए हो, ये सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हैं आपको। समर्थ, दो नंबर समर्थ, ये बताइए क्या आप सरेंडर करने आए हो, ये सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हैं आपको। समर्थ, दो नंबर समर्थ, ये बताइए क्या आप सरेंडर करने आए हो, ये सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हैं आपको। समर्थ
2 नंबर
समर्थ ये बताइए क्या आप सरेंडर करने आए हो या सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हैं आपको? समर्थ
2 नंबर
अरे आप लाइव ले रहे हो कि नहीं ले रहे? क्या समर्थ ये बताइए क्या आप सरेंडर करने आए हो या सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हैं आपको? समर्थ
2 नंबर
समर्थ ये बताइए क्या आप सरेंडर करने आए हो या सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हैं आपको? समर्थ
2 नंबर
समर्थ ये बताइए क्या आप सरेंडर करने आए हो या सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हैं आपको? समर्थ
2 नंबर
समर्थ ये बताइए क्या आप सरेंडर करने आए हो या सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हैं आपको? समर्थ
2 नंबर
समर्थ ये बताइए क्या आप सरेंडर करने आए हो या सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हैं आपको? समर्थ
2 नंबर
समर्थ ये बताइए क्या आप सरेंडर करने आए हो या सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हैं आपको? समर्थ
2 नंबर
समर्थ ये बताइए क्या आप सरेंडर करने आए हो या सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हैं आपको? समर्थ
2 नंबर
समर्थ ये बताइए क्या आप सरेंडर करने आए हो या सरेंडर नहीं करने दे रहे हैं आपको? समर्थ
2 नंबर
That's the latest that we are picking up here on NDTV. Latest visuals of Samarth Singh, the husband of Trisha Sharma, inside the Jabalpur court. And these are first and exclusive visuals coming to you on NDTV. NDTV is the only network in the country that is relentlessly chasing this case and has brought you the first visuals of Samarth. Joining us live from Bhopal are Harpreet and Anurag. Anurag, I'll come to you first. This is, a big moment really. Samarth Singh finally surrendering before the court. But will the surrender really happen, or will he have to travel to Bhopal, or is there a MP police team present in Jabalpur that can take his custody? Could you tell us the legal standard operating procedures that will happen now?
Yes, Aditya, and first of all, NDTV broke the story before anyone else that Samarth is inside the court premises in Jabalpur. He was sitting inside courtroom number 32 wearing a cap and a mask. He tried to evade our reporters, but we relentlessly chased him, and now Samarth Singh surrendered in front of the district judge in Jabalpur. But it has to be seen because the IO, the investigating officer, he is Additional Commissioner of Police, Rajneesh Kashyap, he is also there in Jabalpur because remember today the High Court, when the matter came up in front of the High Court for his anticipatory bail plea, because the trial court here in Bhopal rejected his anticipatory bail plea on 18th, and after that he moved to the High Court. And when the matter came up for hearing, his lawyers withdrew the application saying that Samarth will surrender before the trial court or the investigating officer. But we have seen the courtroom drama which is happening there in Jabalpur, and now he wants to surrender in Jabalpur, but the police has made it clear that they will arrest him first because he's absconding for the past 10 days. He evaded the police. I spoke to top police officials and they clearly said that he's a criminal lawyer by profession, so he knows all the tricks how to evade the police. They have also said that they don't have much relatives in Bhopal, and they tried to track him for the past so many days. 6 teams were there to chase Samarth, but he evaded the Bhopal police for 10 days. Initially, the police announced a cash reward of 10,000 rupees for his whereabouts. That amount was increased to 30,000 rupees. And when his lawyers informed the High Court that he will surrender before the investigating officer or the trial court, what we are learning now that he has reached Jabalpur court to surrender. Aditya?
That we are picking up. Anurag, stay with us because we want to know more details on this case. This is perhaps the first step towards justice in this entire case. Latest visuals, viewers, on your screens right now of Samarth Singh inside the Jabalpur court, and the proceedings are underway for his surrender. He will be taken into custody by the Madhya Pradesh police and then brought into Bhopal. Harpreet also joins us. Harpreet, आप क्या कह सकती हैं? जैसे भोपाल में अभी कोर्ट में केस चला, वहाँ पर जो है अर्जी लगाई गई सरेंडर के लिए, लेकिन जबलपुर में कुछ ऐसी तकनीकी चीज़ें बनती रहीं और अब बताया जा रहा है कि समर्थ सिंह ने सरेंडर कर लिया है। ये दृश्य हमको एक्सक्लूसिवली वहां से जबलपुर से मिल रहे हैं। और क्या बता सकती हैं कि क्या उनको भोपाल लाया जाएगा और उसके बाद पुलिस उनकी कस्टडी लेगी?
अभी नहीं हुआ है, अरे अभी मीटिंग चल रही है।
बिल्कुल, इस वक्त मेरे साथ ट्विशा के परिवार के जो वकील हैं अंकुर, वो मौजूद हैं। अंकुर, समर्थ ने सरेंडर कर दिया, अब आगे की कानूनी प्रक्रिया क्या होगी? वहाँ की लोकल पुलिस उन्हें अपने हिरासत में ले गई और उसके बाद क्या यहाँ की पुलिस पहुंचेगी उन्हें लेने?
अभी सरेंडर कंफर्म नहीं है, वहाँ जो
कंफर्म हो गया
तो अब तो उसके बाद उनको आना यहीं पड़ेगा। जो ट्रायल कोर्ट है जहाँ पे केस रजिस्टर हुआ है, कटारा हिल्स थाने में यहाँ केस रजिस्टर हुआ है, सरेंडर हो भी गए हैं वहाँ, तो अल्टीमेटली आना यहीं पड़ेगा और यहीं सारी प्रक्रिया होगी।
लगता है पुलिस कस्टडी से बचने के लिए जुडिशियल कस्टडी में पहुंचे हैं वो, ये एक वजह है।
हमको तो ये लगता है कि पुलिस ने शुरू से उनकी मदद करी है और कहीं ना कहीं उन्हीं के संरक्षण में ये सारा काम हो रहा है, उन्हीं के हिसाब से सारी कहानी रची गई है और इसलिए वो जबलपुर में सरेंडर कर रहे हैं। लेकिन अच्छा है, हम ये चाहते हैं कि जस्टिस मिले, क्या हकीकत है वो सामने आए, इसके लिए उनका सरेंडर करा है, बहुत अच्छी बात है। यहाँ आएंगे, पुलिस इन्वेस्टिगेट करेगी और जो भी सच है।
भगत का आरोप लगा रहे हैं इस तथ्य पर, और भी मजबूती इस बात की भी है कि आज ही अग्रिम जमानत याचिका उन्होंने वापस ली है और आज ही वो वहाँ पहुँच गए। इतने दिन से पुलिस 6 टीमें बना के उनको ढूंढ रही है। पुलिस की लापरवाही, मिली भगत और क्या रणनीति, परिवार की लगातार बात भी हो रही थी।
हम तो शुरू से आपको रणनीति बताएं, 12 तारीख के बाद से जब से घटना घटी है, एक तो आज नंबर आए हैं, उसमें जो कटारा हिल्स के SHO हैं उनने आरोपी से बात करी है, गिरिबाला सिंह, उनका नंबर निकला है उसमें से, तो वो क्यों बात कर रहे थे और आईओ की कमी रही इसीलिए SIT बनी। अब SIT ने बताया 6 टीमें बनी हैं, 30,000 रुपये घोषित कर दिए, पासपोर्ट कैंसिलेशन के लिए जा रहे हैं, लेकिन आरोपी पूरे मध्य प्रदेश में आराम से घूम रहा है, जबलपुर पहुंच गया, जहां भी गया, तो पुलिस ने क्यों नहीं पकड़ा? इतनी बड़ी बड़ी टीमें बनी और पुलिस की कमी है, ये हम भी नहीं कहते, ये तो शासन प्रशासन भी मानता है, इसीलिए CBI को कंसेंट दिया गया है और हो सकता है बड़े बड़े अधिकारी भी शामिल हों, सबके खिलाफ कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए।
मामला बेहद गंभीर है, आरोप बेहद गंभीर है। 304B का मामला है। तय माना जाए कि समर्थ को पुलिस रिमांड पर लेगी, क्योंकि भद्द तो पुलिस की वैसे ही पहले बहुत पिट चुकी है।
रिमांड पे उनको लेना पड़ेगा और जो परिवार की लड़ाई है वो लड़ाई चलती रहेगी।
एक सवाल,
पुलिस से बाहर CBI इसकी जांच करे और CBI अच्छे से जांच करके जो चीजें हैं वो सब सामने लाए।
जी
हरप्रीत, एक सवाल आप इनसे जरूर पूछें कि क्या आपको लगता है कि ये जो रसूख था गिरबाला सिंह का, क्योंकि वो जज रही हैं, एक रसूख है, उनकी पहचान है, चाहे वो जजों के साथ हो, पुलिस के साथ हो, और क्या आपको लगता है कि ये जो आक्रोश पूरे देश भर में रहा, चाहे वो मीडिया की तरफ से रिपोर्टाज रही या लोगों का प्रदर्शन रहा, उसी के दबाव में अब पुलिस एक एक्शन कर रही है?
बिल्कुल अंकुर, लगातार ये मामला ना सिर्फ भोपाल, मध्य प्रदेश, पूरे देश में सुर्खियों में रहा है और गिरिबाला का रसूख किसी से छिपा हुआ नहीं है। यही वजह है कि अग्रिम जमानत उनको यहाँ पर मिल गई, मीडिया भी यहाँ पर सामने आया, लगातार कैंडल मार्च निकाले गए। यही वजह है कि अब पुलिस दबाव में आई और इस मामले के जो छुपे हुए तथ्य थे या लापरवाही भरे थे वो सामने आए और अब इस पूरे मामले में ट्विशा के घर वालों के फेवर में जाता हुआ मामला दिख रहा है।
100% उनके फेवर में जाएगा। केवल इस केस में ये 2 आरोपी नहीं हैं, इन 2 आरोपियों की जिनने मदद करी, अगर कोई टेम्परिंग हुई है एविडेंसेस के साथ, इसकी जांच होनी चाहिए और जितने लोग इसमें आरोपी हैं सबको सजा पड़ेगी। इसके लिए हम कटिबद्ध हैं और पूरा परिवार शुरू से लगा हुआ है। जो कमियां हैं उसको बताता चल रहा है। जो काम इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग एजेंसी का था वो परिवार कर रहा है बेचारा आके। उनकी बच्ची की बॉडी, डेड बॉडी एम्स भोपाल में पड़ी हुई है। इसके बाद भी जो एविडेंस मिल रहे हैं वो रोज़ सुबह उठते हैं, आवेदन देते हैं, सारे एविडेंसेस जमा कराते हैं। उसके बाद भी इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग एजेंसी कछुए की चाल चल रहा है, क्योंकि उन्हें कोई जाँच करनी नहीं है। शुरू से डिरेल करने की कोशिश करी। पूरी इन्वेस्टिगेशन में इतने सारे फाउल प्ले हैं जिसको हमने उजागर करा। इसीलिए आज कहीं ना कहीं जो हमें धीरे धीरे रिलीफ मिल रहा है और CBI इसमें जांच करे। सरकार का एक अच्छा कदम है, सारी चीज़ें बाहर आ पाए।
उम्मीद की जा सकती है कि अगले 1 या 2 दिन में दिल्ली एम्स की टीम पोस्टमार्टम के लिए यहाँ पहुंचेगी कोर्ट के डायरेक्शन के अनुसार।
समय के संबंध में उच्च न्यायालय में जब सुनवाई चल रही थी तो बात हुई थी, लेकिन क्योंकि 2 स्टेट इन्वॉल्व डायरेक्शन, इसलिए उनने दिया एट अर्लीस्ट जल्दी से जल्दी कॉन्स्टिट्यूट हो। और इस समय को देखते हुए कोर्ट ने भी गंभीरता को माना कि यहाँ से त्विशा की बॉडी दिल्ली ले जाना संभव नहीं है, इसलिए दिल्ली एम्स की एक टीम कॉन्स्टिट्यूट हो और वो यहाँ आके सेकंड पोस्टमार्टम।
बिल्कुल, शायद इसलिए कहा जाता है कि कानून के हाथ बहुत लंबे होते हैं और उनसे कोई बच नहीं सकता। 11 दिनों की मेहनत जो है ट्विशा के परिवार की रंग लाई है। हालांकि परिवार बहुत दुखी है, लेकिन मन में संतुष्टि है कि पिछले 11 दिन से जो जंग एक बेटी के लिए माता पिता और उसके परिजन लड़ रहे थे, अब वो मेहनत रंग लाती हुई नजर आ रही है। जी
हरप्रीत, हमारे साथ बने रहिए, क्योंकि 10 दिन से ये परिवार गुहार लगा रहा था न्याय के लिए, और अब ऐसा लगता है कि पुलिस या फिर पूरा जो प्रशासन है अब जागा है और अब कार्रवाई कर रहा है। अनुराग भी हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं। अनुराग, इफ आई कैन कम टू यू, कुड यू टेक अस थ्रू द एंटायर 10-11 days? What kind of an ordeal has this been for the family of Trisha Sharma? Remember the kind of character assassination that the mother-in-law indulged in. Imagine she has been a judge. She's been somebody who has to safeguard the law and protect the people, and she was character assassinating her own daughter-in-law.
Yes, Aditya, and I just wanted to quote few of the statements made by the Madhya Pradesh government in front of the Jabalpur High Court while moving for the cancellation of the anticipatory bail plea, because the Madhya Pradesh government, where Giribala is now serving as a president for the Bhopal Consumer Forum, which comes under the Food and Civil Supplies Ministry. She has clearly, the court has clearly said that the trial court has committed a grave error by overlooking statutory provisions of sections 118 of the Bharatiya Sakshi Adhiniyam 2023, wherein it is provided that if a woman dies within 7 years of a marriage under unnatural circumstances, the general presumption is against the husband and in-laws that they have caused death. And again, for that, the anticipatory bail granted to Giribala Singh be cancelled for the reason that she is also trying to tamper the evidence. This is what has been said by the Madhya Pradesh police, and obstruct the investigation as she held a press conference. This was also mentioned in that plea, that she held a press conference on 18th of May, on that day when bail application of his son Samarth Singh was rejected. And the police is also saying that during the investigation, police authorities seized the CCTV footage of the house of Giribala Singh on 13th of May, which is a part of investigation. But the respondent, who had already saved CCTV footage with herself, strategically in a manner to tamper the prosecution evidence and obstruct the investigation, leaked a small clip of CCTV footage in social media. And this part was also corroborated when NDTV spoke to the CCTV technicians in the morning.
All right, Anurag, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Harpreet, as well. We have to go across to our guests on this big story, Samarth surrendering in Jabalpur. But the larger question is also about a patriarchal silence, a character assassination, and justice still a far-fetched thought. Joining us live here on NDTV, Meghna Pant, author, Shivangi Deshwal, gender-based violence specialist, also joining us live. Shivangi, if I can come to you first, what is your first reaction to Samarth surrendering under pressure, perhaps, here in Jabalpur court? Because we've seen for 10 days a lawyer, a son of a judge, actually evading the law completely, and in fact the entire family indulging in character assassination. What does this say about the mentality and the way things have been?
Thank you for having me, Aditya. I think it's very important to understand what people were also discussing, that he was from a very elite law school, that he comes from affluence, that he comes from a judiciary background, he has links, power, English-speaking civility, family honor, good status. And that's exactly what I said, that should not provide you with impunity when you do this kind of crimes.
Right.
And about the culture of silence, right? Just to bring in some data here, India is at the help-seeking rate is at the lowest. 1% of women who face violence go to police, legal, or any form of service provider when they are faced with violence. And this is an epidemic, the fact that you have such a culture of silence, especially in upper class and upper caste societies where the honor is higher and they are afraid to come out because of the shame, because of the honor, and in this case, in some cases, the fear of death. Aditya. Yeah.
Right. I'll go to Meghna Pant in a bit from now. Let's actually play out this entire sequence that we have from Jabalpur. NDTV is the only network chasing Samarth Singh, and we have these exclusive visuals of his surrender inside the Jabalpur court.
समर्थ
सरेंडर कर रहे हैं आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे नोटिस जारी है ऐसे एसआईटी जहां भी है यहाँ पे आए इनका लुकआउट नोटिस जारी है
समर्थ
सरेंडर कर रहे हैं आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे नोटिस जारी है ऐसे एसआईटी जहां भी है यहाँ पे आए इनका लुकआउट नोटिस जारी है
All right, Samarth Singh is evading NDTV questions. We will be getting you the latest on this, but going back to Meghna Pant, author, who's joining us, and there's been an uproar all across the country. Meghna, you wrote on X, and in fact this went viral all across. Giribala Singh isn't your evil SAS prototype from old TV serials, stirring kheer and plotting in the kitchen. She is the upgraded 21st century virgin, English-speaking, educated, respected, legally aware, powerful. Her violence is no longer loud. It is strategic, documented, sanitized, and that's what makes marriage terrifying for young women today. Could you explain to us what is a common girl, a common woman, experiencing today while watching this entire uproar, this entire horrific case of Trisha Sharma?
Aditya, first of all, let me give a big note of appreciation to you and to the NDTV team. Because of your swift action, this is a big win right now for Trisha's side, emotionally and politically for the entire nation. That, trial by media sometimes is swifter than the crawling, slow justice of the court. So, while this is a moment of celebration, I think legally it may also be something we need to focus upon. And this also goes back to my tweet that Giribala Singh, his mother, the mother of Samar, is not your average, that prototype you have of the evil SAS, right? Plotting away in the kitchen and fighting over khichdi and utensils. She has already repositioned herself for the next phase of the battle, right? So from a public perception standpoint, Samarth surrendering is undeniably a win for Trisha's family. The media pressure campaign, the growing outrage online that we've seen, right? From 10 days ago, which you mentioned earlier, the narrative that was coming in from Giribala's side was he's not absconding, he's just exhausting his legal remedies. Now that the anticipatory bail plea has been withdrawn, the High Court has ordered a second post-mortem by an AIIMS Delhi team. There are active moves to cancel Giribala's bail as well. So this sequence matters, right? Because the media scrutiny clearly escalated the pressure, especially from your channel, from your team, from you itself. So questions over missing forensic handle, CCTV access allegations, claims of influence, everything framed that emotional public framing around Trisha, right? Without that heat, I think Samarth would have still continued avoiding arrest and he would have also pursued procedural relief. But let's not forget, while this is a moment of victory, legally we have a very long way to go because we are dealing with a family that is very legally aware. They have huge legal knowledge, huge legal access. They will not surrender. The fact that they're doing it right now is a very calculated move. They're a seasoned legal family. They know that they don't want to damage optics before judges. They know that prolonged evasion will strengthen the prosecution's arguments. And they know that voluntary surrender can later be framed as cooperation with the investigation. So, while we should celebrate, we should also be careful that these are tactical goals, right?
All right.
So, where is he to let the law take its course is going to be what Giribala is now going to come up with.
All right, fair enough. A very important point by Meghna Pant there, but let me go across to Shivangi yet again. Shivangi, one thing that has stayed with me, and I'm astonished. Giribala Singh, while speaking to the media, said, we come from the Rajput clan, and here is a Brahmin daughter that came in, and, we were so happy that she actually can get in Sanskrit shloks, and we will allow her to do whatever she wants to do. What does this say about the mindset? I mean, here is a judge, and we would have expected justice from her, some kind of empathy, some kind of understanding, but instead, she's character assassinating, she's completely supporting her son. She's not saying where he was evading for the last 10 days, but relentlessly speaking against a person who's no more, who's dead, who cannot even defend herself.
Yes, Aditya. And why this is happening, the fact is caste patriarchy, right? So just quickly to tell you what caste patriarchy is the control of women's sexuality, mobility to sustain caste purity. So the intersectionality of, like you said, her being from an upper caste background and the upper class background is bringing a nuance to the situation wherein the control is higher in the izzat of the society, the honor society, and therefore that nuance needs to come in, that the culture of silence around domestic violence is very tighter and very strong in higher class and caste backgrounds. Aditya.
Meghna, if I can come to you on this as well. There will be a legal course of action that will happen. That won't be easy. We've seen in several cases. In my case, I've seen the Priyadarshini Mattu case when I was just 17. And imagine how long we have come till now, and still we are fighting for women's rights, even though there's been much awareness. What does this also tell us about the society, the patriarchal silence? Because one would have expected that the family members, the friends, the society in Bhopal will wake up and march behind Twisha Sharma and her family. Instead, there is some kind of a tacit understanding and silence that we witness among the elite, among the governing class.
Absolutely. And I think marriage now, Aditya, for girls today, it's feeling less like a celebration and more like a gamble with your life, right? And this Trisha's case has really shaken up women, because it's confirming this fear that many of us quietly carry, that even educated, urban, so-called good families can become crime scenes behind closed doors. And a woman cannot leave her home with dreams and degrees and beauty and love without still being gaslit and controlled, abused, isolated, and even blamed in death. And what I've always propagated is that for me also, it took me 8 years to be able to speak up about an abusive marriage that I was in, despite my education, despite having lived abroad, despite coming from a good family, and despite massive support from my family and from society also. Because we have been taught that there is a sort of, society treats any cases of abuse, domestic violence as ye to ghar ki baat hai, right? It's behind closed doors, and women's honors are somehow tied to them keeping silent. And I always say that silence is the biggest violence in our country, right? Women have to learn to speak up, because trust me, Aditya, nobody is coming to save us. It doesn't matter how educated you are, how much money you have, how much success you have, which family you've married into, how they pretend to be in society, in public. It all boils down to your luck in marriage, and nobody is coming to save you. Unfortunately, even in Twisha's case, I wish her family had reacted with such fervor the way they have after her death. I wish that plucked her out of that situation. For 5 months, that poor girl kept complaining, and she was being gaslit, she was being abused. I mean, when I heard Giribala Singh's interview the first time, I don't know about you, but I couldn't sleep at night. I was feeling like I had been personally attacked, and I can't imagine what Trisha has gone through in 5 months of living in that toxic atmosphere. And then she's character assassinating when she is caught. And this is a typical legal strategy.
That's right.
You are entering into a lawyer family, and I would advise all women, and I'm saying this from experience, do not marry into a legal family unless you come from a similar background. And if you are going to do that, please learn how to protect yourself, because trust me, these people know how to navigate the system, and they will commit heinous crimes and still try to get away with it by muddying the water. So please watch your back.
Certainly it's been very painful, and certainly it's been very exhausting as well. But more so, it's been, people have been angry about it. But thank you very much, Meghna Pant and Shivangi Deshwal, for taking our time. And thank you for both of you to speak up on this particular case. We do hope that justice will be done. But on the entire thing, we'll keep a very close watch. It's time to head for a short break, but news and updates continue on the other side.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा,
राजा आरती और मसाला।
High red, check the audio. High red, check the audio.
Let's do it. Let's start. Breaking story, we're jumping straight into it.
We've got a picture of the letter. What is in your letter? You can never predict what's going to happen in Tamil Nadu politics. 21 days in Kashmir. Unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground. Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling. For a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude, we're standing on the Indian Navy's newest warship. The line of control, Shiv Arun, NDTV.
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद हर रोज। और शाही पनीर मसाला। डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे।
And joining me live now tonight for the first time on television is Twisha Sharma's very own brother, Major Harshit Sharma, who has been at the forefront of the fight for justice for his beloved sister Twisha. Major Harshit, thank you for agreeing to speak to me tonight. I would like to start by offering you our unqualified condolences. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, that you are fighting a fight even while you're grieving the loss of your beloved sister. So please accept NDTV's condolences on this. I'd like to start, Harshit, by asking you about the allegations and the many things that have been said by Twisha's mother-in-law about your sister. I have listed some of those right now. She's talked about psychological issues. She's talked about multiple partners. She has talked about sexual past. Many things that she has said. I want your opening comments on what Giribala Singh has said about Twisha. Welcome, Harshit.
First of all, thank you for having me here. I'm here strictly in a personal capacity. The things that this woman has stooped down to by making derogatory remarks about my deceased sister has really set the family back, and it is unfathomable how one person can be, so cruel in her demeanor when the person is dead. While she was alive, she would be completely, at a different level altogether. Let me remind the ex-judge the rules of engagement of the bail. She was not supposed to interfere with the investigations. She was not supposed to make comments on my dead sister. Such derogatory remarks, trying to divert the attention of the people as well as the investigation agency. Let me remind the ex-judge the very law that she's been practicing and passing judgments on. She has forgotten all of it. I question the bail granted to her. I question who has granted this bail. And I question her, after receiving the bail, how she's justifying these actions. And why is there no action being taken?
Harshit, do you have reason to fear that the investigation is being influenced? Your brother-in-law, Samarth Singh, has been absconding for 9 days and counting. The sense we get from your family is that your fear is that Giribala Singh and her family are able to influence the proceedings. Is that what you are saying?
It is not a fear but a fact. A coincidence, a single coincidence can happen. Coincidences, 2 of them, 3 of them can be accepted. But when there are way too many coincidences happening one after the other, then they are not coincidences. They are persistent efforts to actually change the facts and interfere. There is persistent efforts to interfere in the investigation, to alter the facts. We can't take them as coincidences anymore.
Major Harshit, I want to take some of the things that Giribala Singh has said one by one. And please forgive me in advance. I don't want to make you relive the horrors of what she has said, because this is your sister and I have a sister as well. And I know the pain that you feel when you hear those words being said. But you have a right to reply on the things that have been said about Twisha. So the questions I'm going to ask you are in that context, Harshit.
All right, welcome back to Nationwide at 6. This is a big breaking coming at this hour. Samarth Singh, husband of Trisha Sharma, now in police custody. Jabalpur cops take Samarth's transit remand. That's the latest we are picking up from the Jabalpur court. Remember, viewers, NDTV was the first to confront Samarth at the Jabalpur court. immediately after that. And now the lawyer of Samarth Singh is in fact speaking. Let's cut in.
वो अंदर है, मैं पीछे पीछे गया तो वहाँ समर्थ सिंह के वकीलों ने और उनके साथियों ने मुझे धक्का देकर के उस रूम से बाहर निकाल के अंदर से बंद कर लिया। मुझे बिल्कुल जानकारी नहीं है कि यहाँ कोई पुलिस आई है या नहीं आई है, क्योंकि मुझे बाहर कर दिया गया है। और अगर
All right, this was in fact Twisha Sharma's family lawyer. Remember, viewers, there was some kind of a confrontation inside the Jabalpur court. There was in fact the media who was intimidated, and there was some pushing that also happened inside the Jabalpur court. Anurag Dowry of NDTV is joining us on this broadcast. Anurag, police has taken custody of Samarth Singh, but there was some kind of a heckling of media and some of the lawyers inside the court as well. Could you take us through what is the latest that has happened?
Yes, because remember, Samarth Singh was also from the same fraternity, and we just spoke to his lawyers in Bhopal, and they have said that the district court in Jabalpur didn't allow his surrender. He has been arrested by the local police and will be brought to Bhopal for court production.
All right, that's the latest that we are picking up. Samarth Singh has surrendered inside the Jabalpur court, and what we are picking up now is that the police has taken remand of Samarth Singh. This is the biggest story here, breaking on NDTV. Exclusive visuals out there. Samarth Singh in police custody, and justice follows. We are hitting a short break, but news and updates will continue on Nationwide at 6. Keep watching.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा, सबका राजा आर्थिक मसाला।
High rate, check the audio. High rate, check the audio.
Let's do it. Let's start. Breaking story, we're jumping straight into it.
We've got a picture of the letter. What is in your letter? You can never predict what's going to happen in Tamil Nadu politics. 21 days in Kashmir. Unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground. Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling.
For a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude.
We're standing on the Indian Navy's newest warship. The line of control, Shivarur, NDTV.
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद हर रोज। प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
All right, in more breaking news, really, this is the last video that's now emerged. This is the last video of Twisha before she died, and it's a video at the beauty salon. She had gone to the salon just before. This is on the day that she died, and this will obviously raise questions about, the fact that she even visited a beauty parlor just before her death. Her family has claimed that she died by suicide. Remember, she had spoken to her mother as well just before her death, and that call got interrupted because her husband had entered the room. Then you have this CCTV that has been released, which shows her going upstairs to the 3rd floor, and then her body being brought down. Well, let's go across to Anurag Dowry and now for more. And Anurag, so on the day of her death and on the day that, her family says that she died by suicide, that's her in-laws and husband claims she died by suicide. So we can see now this CCTV video has emerged which shows Twisha was actually at the salon just hours before her death.
This claim was, earlier raised by Ghariwala Singh that on that particular day also she went to a salon, and now the CCTV footage has emerged which shows that Trisha had gone to a beauty parlor just few hours before her alleged suicide. The parlor has been identified as Expression Beauty Parlor, where Trisha spent nearly 3 hours before the incident. For almost 3 hours, Trisha was seen trying to relax and unwind. The CCTV footage shows Trisha sitting inside the beauty parlor with her feet placed on a table and getting head massage. The family has also claimed, the Ghariwala Singh, her in-laws, has earlier claimed that she went to a beauty parlor. This was also written in the anticipatory bail plea application of Ghariwala Singh and Samarth Singh also, which they submitted before the trial court here in Bhopal.
That's right, Anurag. And now this, video emerging. This is the last video of Twisha Sharma, if we don't count, of course, that CCTV footage of her going upstairs that has now emerged, spending a few hours at a beauty parlor on the day that she died, on the day that her in-laws said she died by suicide.
And joining me live now tonight for the first time on television is Twisha Sharma's very own brother, Major Harshit Sharma, who has been at the forefront of the fight for justice for his beloved sister Twisha. Major Harshit, thank you for agreeing to speak to me tonight. I would like to start by offering you our unqualified condolences. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, that you are fighting a fight even while you're grieving the loss of your
Hello and welcome back to Nationwide at 6 with me, Aditya Raj Kaul. The big story of the day is Samarth Singh, the husband of Trisha Sharma, in fact surrendering in the Jabalpur court. And these are the visuals right behind me that you can see. This is Samarth Singh. This is the person who's accused in this particular case of the Trisha Sharma mystery death. And this is Samarth Singh covered in sunglass, cap, and of course a mask and a gamcha as well. He's trying to hide his identity, he's trying to hide his face, but the nation demands answers. And these are the fresh and exclusive visuals only on NDTV, demanding answers, asking uncomfortable questions. NDTV's reporter out there with the NDTV mic, but certainly Samarth Singh is evading that and running towards the court. Finally, Madhya Pradesh police has his custody. The nation is demanding answers, that it's not just about Trisha Sharma, it is certainly about several other such cases as well. In this case, whatever happens will set a precedent on several other cases as well. It is also about a collective silence. How long will we remain silent to such cases of women, of girls being harassed completely, leading to their suicide? This is something that I need to ponder, and you and the entire society needs to ponder as well. But NDTV will relentlessly cover this, and we'll be on top of this story relentlessly until justice is done. That's all from me here on NDTV, Nationwide at 6, and news and updates continue on the other side. Keep watching.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार, विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
High rate, check the audio. High rate, check the audio.
Let's do it. Let's start.
Breaking story, we're jumping straight into it.
We've got a picture of the letter. What is in your letter? You can never predict what's going to happen in Tamil Nadu politics. 21 days in Kashmir. Unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground. Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling.
For a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude. We're standing on the Indian Navy's newest warship, the line of control, Shivarur, NDTV.
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद हर रोज। आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
All right, in more breaking news, really, this is the last video that's now emerged. This is the last video of Twisha before she died, and it's a video at the beauty salon. She had gone to the salon just before. This is on the day that she died, and this will obviously raise questions about, you know, the fact that she even visited a beauty parlor just before her death. Her family has claimed that she died by suicide. Remember, she had spoken to her mother as well just before her death, and that call got interrupted because her husband had entered the room. Then you have this CCTV that has been released, which shows her going upstairs to the 3rd floor, and then her body being brought down. Well, let's go across to Anurag Dowry and now for more. And Anurag, so on the day of her death and on the day that, you know, her family says that she died by suicide, that's her in-laws, and husband claims she died by suicide. So we can see now this CCTV video has emerged, which shows Twisha was actually at the salon just hours before her death.
This claim was, earlier raised by Girewala Singh that on that particular day also she went to a salon, and now the CCTV footage has emerged which shows that Trisha had gone to a beauty parlor just few hours before her alleged suicide. The parlor has been identified as Expression Beauty Parlor, where Trisha spent nearly 3 hours before the incident. For almost 3 hours, Trisha was seen trying to relax and unwind. The CCTV footage shows Trisha sitting inside the beauty parlor with her feet placed on a table and getting head massage. The family has also claimed, the Girewala Singh, her in-laws, has earlier claimed that she went to a beauty parlor. This was also written in the anticipatory bail plea application of Girewala Singh and Samarth Singh also, which they submitted before the trial court here in Bhopal.
That's right, Anurag. And now this, video emerging. This is the last video of Trisha Sharma, if we don't count, of course, that CCTV footage of her going upstairs that has now emerged, spending a few hours at a beauty parlor on the day that she died, on the day that her in-laws said she died by suicide.
And joining me live now tonight for the first time on television is Twisha Sharma's very own brother, Major Harshit Sharma, who has been at the forefront of the fight for justice for his beloved sister Twisha. Major Harshit, thank you for agreeing to speak to me tonight. I would like to start by offering you our unqualified condolences. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, that you are fighting a fight even while you're grieving the loss of your beloved sister. So please accept NDTV's condolences on this. I'd like to start, Harshit, by asking you about the allegations and the
Hello and welcome to the Southern View. I'm Veera Raghav. Lots lined up on the show this evening, from the political face-off in Tamil Nadu to a brewing potential face-off over the SIR process in Karnataka. But first, let's take you through the headlines we're tracking this hour. Twisha's husband appears before the Jabalpur court. The Jabalpur court asked Trisha Sharma's husband Samarth Singh to surrender before a Bhopal court after 10 days on the run. Big development in the Twisha Sharma mysterious death case. Madhya Pradesh High Court allows a second autopsy of her body. In Karnataka, BJP MLA Janardhan Reddy asked students to respond with Jai Shri Ram instead of yes sir during attendance in classrooms. Meanwhile, Hindu groups stage a protest over hijab rollout in Karnataka. And a large part of the country reeling under a punishing heatwave. Temperatures breaching the 45 degrees mark in several parts. We bring you ground reports from the worst affected areas.
Presented by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Well, before we get to our main southern political focus, let's first get you a quick update on the top national story. 10 days after being on the run, late Twisha Sharma's husband Samarth Singh has finally appeared. Samarth reached a Jabalpur court to surrender, though the judge then asked Samarth to surrender before the Bhopal High Court. Now the Jabalpur police have taken Samarth into transit remand and he will be taken to Bhopal for the surrender procedure. Remember, NDTV questioned Samarth inside the court, but Samarth refused to answer and evaded the questions. 33-year-old wife, his 33-year-old late wife, Twisha Sharma, was found dead on the 12th of May, and since then, Samarth has been on the run in a case where there are allegations of dowry harassment and harassment by the in-laws. Several nuances to this case which has shaken up the national attention. Let's listen in to the family lawyer's reaction to Samarth's surrender.
चाहते सरेंडर करें, सीजीएम ले, यहाँ ट्रांजिट रिमांड पे भेजें, उनकी कस्टोडियल इंटरोगेशन हो और जो भी सच है वो सामने आए. और एसआईटी मध्य प्रदेश में अगर आरोपी घूम रहा है, वो जबलपुर में सरेंडर कर रहा है, तो 6 टीमें एसआईटी मध्य प्रदेश की कर क्या रही हैं? इसी नाकामी के कारण आज शासन ने सीबीआई को इस केस को सौंपा. इतने गंभीर मामले को जहाँ एक पढ़ी लिखी लड़की जो 5 महीने के अंदर संदिग्ध हालतों में उसकी डेड बॉडी मिलती है, उसके बाद ना पुलिस को सूचना दी, ना परिवार को समय पे बताया, वो एम्स लेके चले गए, अपने प्रभावित लोगों को बुला लिया जो आरोप है.
Tejashri Purandre, who's been tracking this case very closely for NDTV, joins us live right now. Tejashri, obviously there are many different aspects to this case, but an extremely important moment in terms of the surrender of Samarth himself at the moment. What next as far as this case is concerned?
Well, as far as this next update is concerned, what we believe is now Samarth will have to surrender in the court in Bhopal. Remember that he surrendered a few minutes back in Jabalpur's court where he was denied to surrender. And then, however, what we are also being confirmed by the top sources from the Madhya Pradesh police that he is in the police custody now. And the formal procedures for the surrendering will be taking place in Bhopal's court. We'll have to see now that when it takes place, either will it be tomorrow or will it be on Monday? But till that time, Samarth remains to be in the police custody. Several questions will be asked to him during the interrogation as well, so as to where was he for the 10 days. Not just that, but in fact, the kind of allegations that the family has been leveling up. There are several serious allegations that the family members and the friends of Trisha Sharma have been, raising on the manner in which the incidents have been unfolded. Now remains to be seen that how Samarth, responds to all such kind of allegations, and because still the family believes that it was not a suicide. Trisha Sharma's family has been claiming that it was a murder. Second update, and the most important, is that the AIIMS forensic team will be either flying to Delhi or will the body be brought here. That all depends on at a point of time when the AIIMS official receives a formal order. As of now, they have not received the formal order. They are waiting for the formal order to be received by the officials from Madhya Pradesh to the AIIMS Delhi. And when they receive it, they will be, this forensic team will now be investigating the entire case, because forensics play a very important role over here. The manner in which the incidents were unfolding, say be the CCTV footage for that matter, or the chats, or the number of calls that were allegedly made by Gurbala Singh to several people.
That's right.
We have been also in fact speaking
we'll
to
keep a very close watch on this case, which is sort of the big national focus at the moment. Of course, several twists and turns and developments in this case. Thanks very much there, Tejshri, for joining us this evening. Now to our special focus, the big southern political focus this evening. The battle lines seem to be hardening in Tamil Nadu as former DMK allies, the VCK and the AIIML, formally joined Joseph Vijay's cabinet this morning, while MK Stalin took a measured and told DMK leaders not to hit out at their former allies, the VCK and the AIIML. Earlier in the day, DMK Lok Sabha MP and prominent Dalit face of the party, A. Raja, likened the VCK and the AIIML going with the TVK to a short, bent coconut tree grown in one garden but giving fruit to another. He had also deleted another post on X which the TVK termed as extremely offensive and demanded an apology from the DMK chief himself. All this as Tamil Nadu cabinet is now full with the VCK's Vanni Arasu, the MLA from Dindivanam, and the AIIML's Shah Jahan from Papanasam inducted as ministers at the Lok Bhavan in Tamil Nadu this morning. The left, with its 4 MLAs, has decided to remain out of the government, giving Chief Minister Vijay outside issue-based support. The AIIML and the VCK have been long-term allies of the DMK, much like the Congress and the left. The DMK's secular front is in tatters as the key forces that went into the elections with it have joined hands with the TVK. Is this a clear long-term realignment in Tamil Nadu as the state heads towards 2029, or will there be a period of instability in the state? Many important questions, and I'll pose them to KG Arun Raj, TVK General Secretary and Tamil Nadu's Health Minister, who will join us in just a bit. But first, listen in to the reactions that came in earlier in the day.
On Mr. Raja's criticism of Mr. Tirumavalam joining the coalition government.
We contempt Mr. A. Raja a tweet. Whenever DMK political attacks is based on the women, moral, women characters, assassinations. So it's a DMK nature. So today A. Raja attacked our ideological leader, Tamil Nadu senior leader, Anand Tirumavalam, and attacked the VCK parties because of they joined secular force governance. We are already contempt A. Raja's statements. Definitely, Mr. A. Raja have to speak about this tweet. He have to give apologies, open apologies for public, and Anand Tirumavalam and Avargal. And Mr. M.K. Stalin have to respond. What is the stand? DMK stand.
The long-standing alliance partners like VCK, the Dalit leadership, and the AIIML leadership, which has been there with DMK for long years, the comments the DMK leader, Mr. Raja, has expressed is unacceptable. It is to compare women with this kind of, for every kind of these attacks and others, they take womanhood. It's an insult to the ideology which they preach of Periyar. It shows their mindset, and today also they got exposed.
Okay, so what next for Vijay Sarkar? What are the key objectives that's there? Does it see a period of instability? Joining me is Tamil Nadu's Health Minister, TVK General Secretary KG Arun Raj, one of the first voices to speak one-on-one from the newly formed TVK government with its full cabinet now. Thanks very much, Mr. Arun Raj, for joining us here on the show this evening. The cabinet is now full with the AIIML and the VCK being part of this government. It's Tamil Nadu's first ever coalition government. Also, may I say, one of the youngest and one filled with first-time MLAs and ministers like yourself without any kind of prior experience in running a government. How would you describe the mood in the cabinet? Is it one of nervous excitement or confidence? Have you all, first of all, figured out the way around Fort St. George, which can be quite a maze?
Thank you for your wishes. And as you mentioned, this is Tamil Nadu's first ever coalition government. If you had known, our even in our very first party conference at Vikramandi, our leader had declared that share in power is one of our key principles of the party. And as declared by the party, we delivered on it, and we have given the due shares of the alliance partners in this government. Previously, these parties which had ruled Tamil Nadu for the past 60 years, they came to power based on their alliance strength. But after the elections, they had never had any intention to give share in power to the alliance partners. This is against the democratic principles, because these parties, they came to power based on alliance strength. But unlike these parties, our leader had delivered on it, and this is one of the key milestones in the political history of Tamil Nadu. In coming to this question of mood of the cabinet, we are neither anxious nor worried. We are cool and composed. And we mentioned about inexperienced ministers. See, what is experienced meant here? Because the parties, DMK, ADMK ministers are experienced in what? Are they experienced in governance, good governance? Have they delivered on it? They are experienced in something else. Okay. They are experienced in how to manipulate the system, how to squeeze the system to their own well-being. They are very, very experienced in corruption. So unlike them, we are experienced in this ideology, because our leader has clearly mentioned what is our roadmap, what is the vision, what is the expectation of the people. We may be inexperienced in this governance, but we are very, very experienced in our principles. So we are very confident, we are very cool, composed, and we want to deliver on the expectations.
On that note, there are many, many political questions to ask you, but before I get to them, I want to focus first on perhaps a people's issue. You're a doctor yourself and a former IRS officer. Health is an extremely important public ministry. What's your big objective and target? What do you believe are the key challenges before Tamil Nadu's health department?
See, education and health are one of the key fundamental rights of the people, basic human rights. Unfortunately, the situation is that people tend to go to private schools or private hospitals even if they don't have money, because that amount of faith in the government system has gradually decreased. People, even the poor or middle class people, they want their children to be in a convent school, even at the cost of borrowings. Same is the situation with the government hospitals here. There's faith in this government that we can go confidently to the government hospitals and get a proper care. And one of the reasons why people hesitate to go to the government hospital is the cleanliness, the way they are being treated, and that basic facilities like waiting room, restrooms, all these areas. That experience of going to the hospital is needs a lot of improvement. And our leader has clearly mandated that we should improve the patient experience in the government hospital, and we want to focus on it.
Right, patient experience needs to improve in public health sector. Important point there, but let me come to the more important political questions of the moment. At the moment, with your coalition partners, sir, you have exactly the support of 117 MLAs. The left has given outside support with its 4 MLAs. Is there a sense of nervousness, a threat of instability to this government? The DMK, you see, has repeatedly mentioned and warned that this government will not complete a full term. Do you all fear that you may not get a full term in office, a full 5-year term?
Currently, no. We are very, very confident, because I'll tell you the reason. This is not just a political alliance. This is an ideological alliance, because we share common ideology. This alliance has been built on our shared principles and values. We all stand for states' rights. We all stand for secular social justice. And we strongly oppose the fascist tendencies of whichever party is there at the union level. So we are very clear of this ideological principles, and this is which gives strength to this alliance. And also, left parties or other parties which are currently supporting us, they may say they are going to withdraw if there is issues of corruption or issues of maladministration, which is never going to happen under the leadership of our leader. So when there is good governance, when people are happy, when people feel that this is a party which they have voted for and they are doing good, why would they withdraw the support at the cost of getting the anger of people, which they have never, any politically savvy party will never do it.
But you know, there are many other factors that also make political decisions. Do you see your alliance with the VCK, AIIML left and the Congress as a long-term one? In a sense, do you see the TVK going into the 2029 parliamentary elections with this alliance?
As I said, we share this common ideology, common values, and definitely we would like to continue this alliance for the long term. I mean, this is for the good of the country, not only for the good of the state, but also for the good of the country.
You know, when you speak about country, sir, center-state confrontation has been an important aspect of politics in Tamil Nadu. You know, we already have the row over the Tamil anthem being played last at the Lok Bhavan. Is the TVK bracing for a political confrontation with the BJP and the centre?
I mean, our leader is very clear. We stand for states' rights and we will strongly oppose any move of the union government to wherever where states' rights are crippled upon. For example, for in the education, these funds are not being released, and there are also many ideas of the union government like one nation, one election. All these issues on CAA, all these issues which affect the minorities. Whenever these sort of issues are there, we are very, very firm that we will oppose the union government's move. But at the same time, we want to work with the union for the common good of the people. So we'd really like to have a smoother relationship with the union government, because India is a federal state and we are we want to follow we want to follow this federal principle, cooperative federalism in letter and spirit.
Okay, confrontation not for the sake of confrontation, but on the basis of issues and principles, says Arun Raj. Thanks very much, Mr. KG Arun Raj, for joining us here on the Southern View this evening. So what's the road ahead in Tamil Nadu? And what are the key issues in terms of ideological position and the allies shifting over from the DMK to the TVK bring about? Joining me this evening, A. Saravanan of the DMK, Advocate Satya Kumar of the TVK, Senior Journalist R.K. Radhakrishnan, and Political Analyst Ramaswamy Meyyappan. My first question to you, A. Saravanan, you heard KG Arun Raj there stating that the alliance that they formed is one based on principles. The DMK never offered or agreed to share power with any of its allies. Hence, the smaller allies have gravitated to the TVK, which has in principle given them a position in the government. They hope and they believe that this alliance will last a long term.
Yeah, see, that's not how politics is conducted. Gravitate towards power, especially when you have not earned it. It's very funny the way he says, oh, they are our allies. Brother, they are not your allies. They were our allies. And now, because it's a naked power grab and they have gone to the other side to enjoy the fruits of power, you don't have a choice. If you don't give them power, your government will fall. It's no big virtue. It's not as though they are doing it out of their own free will or because of their big-heartedness or they wanted to grow up these allies. The only issue is, if they don't offer these, their government would fall. It's a necessity. They're acting out of necessity. This is one aspect. The other aspect is how you've been asking the minister about the union government. He refused to even use these three words, three letters, BJP. He did not refuse. He did not speak those words. So this is what we can expect. They're going to go soft.
That when it comes to an issue, they will stand up for it.
No.
He's made his point very clear.
See, when he says...
He stated very clearly the same language that you all use, that he is for cooperative
Raghav, please don't
and anyone
compare.
who interferes it, he'll take it on.
Please don't compare us with them. I would say that as an insult. Please don't do that. See, they are afraid to even say the word BJP, and you are asking them to stand up to the central government, union government, which is not going to happen. See, we are waiting. We'll see how they're going to navigate this minefield.
Okay, let me get Satya Kumar to respond to what you've said. Satya Kumar, Saravanan says, don't compare them with us. It's an insult because we are the ones who have originally taken on the centre and the BJP, not you all. Respond to that. Sir, Satya Kumar, you need to unmute yourself, Satya Kumar.
We have already clarified. Our ideology is secular social justice. Based on that ideology, people come as an alliance with us. It can be pre-poll and post-poll. Now, people have come to us and we are embracing them. We are inclusive in our approach. Second, with respect to the union government's issue, any government which affects the states' rights, state autonomy, federalism, and we are here for cooperative federalism because we wanted to bring and deliver to the people, not just fight on issues which are irrelevant on most of the times what DMK does. Here we are for a cooperative federalism, and in some places we are here also for competitive federalism. Look at, for example, bringing investment to Tamil Nadu or promoting industrial development. We are here for competitive federalism as well. So understanding this space, we are not here to fight on small issues. We are here to ensure that we fight for the federalism and state autonomy and state rights.
Raghav,
okay, quickly respond to that, Saravanan.
Just
go ahead.
One thing. See, of course, I can understand the compulsions. The minister will not say BJP. Will the spokesperson at least say BJP? He said the union government. Will he at least say it is the BJP government?
Any government at the center which affects the state rights at any point of time.
Any government. There is not any government. There is only one government. That is the BJP government. Why are you so afraid?
Veer, can I respond?
Tamil Nadu will
if you permit, Veer,
don't be afraid.
Veer, can I respond?
No, please go ahead. Both of you. You don't need my permission to respond.
Let's assume if DMK supports. Let's assume DMK supports BJP on certain matters and still it affects state rights. PVK will oppose. And we are here for cooperative federalism and competitive federalism in certain areas.
Why are we going to support?
Why not? In the past, you have done it.
Maybe
what's the guarantee that you won't do it?
Your thing. It's not our thing to support BJP. We have been the conscience keepers of this country for the last 10 years. Nobody else in the country has that label. We wear that label very proudly. We will continue wearing that label very, very proudly.
Yet to see us in parliament.
Okay.
Yet to see us in parliament.
What?
They were in parliament. What did they do for the issues which are affecting the state rights? Did they voice out? When the need was brought, what they were doing?
Who were doing?
The parliament.
Yes, Saravanan, respond.
When the need was brought,
if you don't understand, if you don't know history,
what did you do in the parliament?
Please learn history.
What did you do in the parliament?
Learn history. We opposed the need bill.
Talking about the history, you respond.
We requested the need bill.
Why did you request? Why did you not debate?
We opposed it. We voted against the bill. The ADMK
Why you allowed GST to come?
ADMK supported
Why you allowed GST to come?
What?
Why you allowed GST to come? Why you did not oppose it in the parliament?
Because
we have seen you in the parliament that you don't respond.
Are you opposing GST? Are you opposing GST?
It's not about personal. Whether Saravanan opposes or Satya opposes. What is your stand on GST?
I'm not asking you. Who cares what you think? I'm asking whether your party is opposing GST or not.
No, I'm asking about you when it was initially.
All right, okay.
Please put it out. Please put it
Saravanan, answer me. What did you do in the parliament?
Against GST.
What did you do in the
parliament? Decision?
What did you do in the parliament?
Please let us know whether that is your policy decision.
What did you do in the parliament when the state rights were affected?
Okay, hang on here. I'm going to broaden this debate a little bit further. You know, hang on, hold on, Saravanan, as well as Advocate Satya Kumar for the moment. Just hold on. Let me bring R.K. Radhakrishnan as well. R.K. Radhakrishnan, this exchange that we've seen just now is intense and perhaps going to be defining of the politics of Tamil Nadu on the days ahead. Now, you've got all the secular allies which were with the DMK who have shifted sides and now sharing power with the TVK. Do you believe that as we head into 2029, the realignment is clear, that this alliance will head together and that the DMK will have to recalibrate its national and ideological strategy as far as the elections in Tamil Nadu? Or do you believe that there is a potential chance of another churn before 2029?
Thank you for the question, Veera, and good evening, viewers. If you go back to history and then look at, say, 91, 2001, 2011, the years that the DMK lost power, the first few years have always been despondent. But the only difference is that in all those years, it was the AIDMK in power, and this time it is the TVK in power. If you look at 1991, soon after that is when Vaiko left, and it appears that the DMK was a divided house. It appeared that the DMK was going to lose at least 13 or 14 district secretaries. At the end of it, DMK came back to power in 1996. 2001, again, exact same story. I was there with Kalaignar from June of 2001 when I started covering the DMK, and it was completely deserted. In just 3 years' time, there was a turnaround ahead of the 2004 elections. DMK became victorious, and the alliance won all the 39 seats in Tamil Nadu. That we are seeing right now is a dip. 2006, again, TVK came to power. It's not the ADMK on the other side. It's the TVK which is in power. Again, we see that all the alliance partners have deserted. We saw that in 2001. We saw that in earlier years as well. So the desertion is not new. This feeling that the DMK is not new. The only thing new is MK Stalin. Because in 2011 and in 2001 and in 1991, it was M. Karnataka, Stalin's father, who was there, and now it is MK Stalin. So we'll have to see how MK Stalin
The other thing that's new, RK
that is number one.
Is that Vijay. Other thing that's new, RK Radhakrishnan, is Vijay.
Yeah.
And what I point out is new, very new, is that the AIADMK was always seen as the pole that was closer to the BJP under J. Jayalalitha, whereas Vijay is positioning himself as the categorical secular pole as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. Wouldn't that be a problem for the DMK as it heads into a parliamentary election where it needs to try and build an alliance?
That's very true. But then you look at 91, 2001, 2011 also. It was not AIDMK did not move closer to the BJP, but it was actually the DMK which moved closer to the BJP. 1999, the DMK was in alliance with the BJP. So that space also is kind of iffy, if you ask me. But the point is that what you see with Vijay in the past 10 days that he has been in power, and of course with the kind of responses that Arun Raj gave, pretty impressive, Veera. I have to tell that. I have to concede that I didn't expect this kind of maturity. Vijay has not put one wrong foot forward, barring in the case of the astrologer, in which case, TVK went back on that and decided that they are not going to press. I mean, they just withdrew that order. So far, no mistakes. And the impressive performance of Arun Raj today. The fact that they've included 8 Dalits, all of those seem to be positives. It is literally painting a very, very broad brush. And I think that is a problem for the DMK to handle. Absolutely, Veera.
All right. Ramaswamy Meyyappan, do you see a potential recalibration? Saravanan is there, and I'll take this question as well to Saravanan. Is there a potential that the DMK and the BJP could have some sort of a tacit agreement, or even the DMK and AIADMK, because it's also a matter of survival of the AIADMK? Do you believe that any other permutation and combination is likely to evolve or emerge in Tamil Nadu as we run up towards 2029?
भारतवासियों को और भारत माता को मेरा प्रणाम. See, the recalibration is almost a mandatory requirement, because politically it's not about survival alone, but it's about finding strength. So the DMK, the ADMK, the BJP, in the present position in the state, they will have to recalibrate themselves to ensure electoral victory in 2029 and do better in 2031, 2036, and so on. So that recalibration is definitely going to be there. Is that realignment going to be along with each other or in parallel to each other, only opposing the TVK, is a question that only time will answer, and that will be issue-based. But something that we will have to take a cue from Minister Arun Raj's statement is the TVK's position of joining forces with the allies of the DMK. Some of them, even on the day of the swearing in, claim that they still continue to be in alliance with the DMK. How are they going to function with such polarity with someone who's spent 20 years with the DMK? What is their position going to be on every issue that also questions the stand that the DMK has taken in the past? Let that be even DVAC matters that are pending, even against present MLAs or former MLAs and ministers of the DMK, and also on policy decisions where the DMK stood in line. Will the TVK say that politically we're taking this decision today, but administratively this is our decision? Those are calls that they don't have clarity on even at this point. Even Minister Arun Raj, when he stated And something that the education minister started with is we will consider and come back. A position of policy does not require examination. A question of decision making requires examination. Therefore, there is no clarity with that political party even today. They're making those decisions on the run based on who they want to ally with. Do they want center support or not? Their position on matters will change depending on the minister meeting with the chief minister with the prime minister possibly next week. But I don't think that this party has clarity even today. That's a position that Satya Kumar will have to answer. That's a position that TVK will have to answer to the public, because they are not a policy-based party even
Right,
today.
let me take
they
that
can make
question
all
to
these
Advocate
statements that they
Satya
want,
Kumar. 2
but
points
that's not
that
what
Ramaswamy Mayappan making are very important. The allies you have who are supporting you are, as Saravanan points out, people who have been with the DMK for a long period of time. Isn't there a sense of discomfort that people who contested the elections with the DMK are now part of a coalition with the TVK? Isn't that going back to the old principles of politics where anyone can be with anyone?
Shakti and Buri Shakti is a statement that their own leader made. So they will have to see which side of the Buri Shakti are they bringing, which side of the Buri Shakti are they keeping away.
The
answer is very simple.
He's saying Buri Shakti in Hindi, but it's Tiya Shakti in Tamil. Go ahead, respond, Advocate Satya Kumar.
Very simple answer. We were welcoming alliance even before the election. Post-election also, post-poll alliance is possible. So people come here for our ideology, looking at the charismatic leadership of my leader, and we have made promises. They are sure that we are going to deliver the promises. With respect to the union government, we clearly told in matters where we have to cooperate for the federalism, we will do it. In matters where we have to compete, we will definitely compete. And we are here to serve the people in all possible way. For example, union government comes out of the budget. The budget has to reach the people. So we have to work on a cooperative federalism model. In matters of GST Council, we have to work on a cooperative federalism model. In matters of investment, in matters of FDI, we'll work on competitive federalism because we want our state to grow like any other chief minister.
Let Saravanan respond to that. Saravanan, I'll give you the last word.
See, we are just waiting and watching. We'll be here. We'll be functioning as the responsible opposition. We will find chinks in their armors and we'll coming with all guns blazing.
Can I respond, Veer?
Go ahead. Both of you are not going to stop
keep watching for decades.
And I think that's going to be the way it's going to be in Tamil Nadu for the next 3 years. Go ahead.
DMK will keep watching us for decades. They can never come to power.
If wishes were horses, beggars would ride. See, there is already a vigilante mob running amok across the state, armed with a mobile phone. And they are, today, we had this situation of the minister, the aides of an MLA, joining the corporation council meet. And all of them were sitting, taking mobile phone videos, reels. Same thing happened in Tenkasi, and they have to give a clarification. Their party leader has to give a notice stating that please don't do anything. You don't have any business to go and conduct a review. This is what is happening. So people of Tamil Nadu are watching, and already everybody are suffering in the sense that power cuts, unannounced power cuts, unimaginable power cuts. So it is creating a lot of ripples across people in the city.
People of Tamil Nadu have seen what K. Nehru has done
on the governance.
People of Tamil Nadu have
one thing coming to power, but governance is entirely a different matter. The jury is still out.
People of Tamil Nadu have seen what K. Nehru did, what corruption he did. People of Tamil Nadu have seen what Sendil Balaji did. People of Tamil Nadu have seen what
the same thing, bro.
commented about.
You are doing the same thing.
So
let's the same thing. They are getting 20 rupees.
The transparency
they are getting
of
20
our government
in all the Tasmak shops.
DMK.
Are you aware of that? 20 rupees in all the Tasmak shops. And Mr. Sengoten, he was convicted for corruption. He's got a pride of place in your cabinet. Is this how you fight corruption? Great. If this is the way you fight corruption, we are waiting.
We are taking all the efforts to eradicate the corruption brought in by the DMK. It is so pervasive and material. It takes time and it takes days to clear their backlogs. Can he deny the fact that this DMK government took action on Sendil Balaji, and you know what kind of corruption he has done even after coming to DMK?
20 rupees. 20 rupees.
All right, this is pretty much defining.
In all the Tasmak shops.
You know, we've heard this between the DMK and the BJP in the last 4-5 years. We've heard this between the DMK and the AIIMS. Now R.K. Radhakrishnan, Ramaswamy Mayappan and myself will be listening to this between the DMK and the TVK over the next Who knows for how long? Let's see how this plays out. But thanks very much to all four of you for joining us. No, Satya Kumar, I have no time more to give at the moment. But that's all. We'll close this conversation. We'll come back to this repeatedly in the coming days. We'll take a very short break here on the Southern View this evening. Much more on the Karnataka political face-off when we come back.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
Where the software engineer meets the gifted content writer, meets the cool UI UX designer, meets the talented photographer to create the big dream. The world comes together at Sharda University. So where are you?
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है, अरे मेरे राजा।
High rate, check the audio. High rate, check the audio.
Let's do it. Let's start. Breaking story, we're jumping straight into it. We've got a picture of the letter. What is in your letter? You can never predict what's going to happen in Tamil Nadu politics. 21 days in Kashmir. Unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground. Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling. For a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude, we're standing on the Indian Navy's newest warship, the line of control, Shivarur, NDTV.
Where the software engineer meets the cool UI UX designer, meets the gifted content writer to create the big dream. The world comes together at Sharda University. So where are you?
मीठा या नमकीन चाहे जैसे खाओ 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसली, स्वादिष्ट सेहतमंद हर रोज। आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
All right, in more breaking news, really, this is the
Welcome back now to perhaps the next big SIR, Special Intensive Revision of Electoral Roll confrontation that's brewing. The Congress is mulling a legal challenge to the SIR process to be carried out in Karnataka from the 20th of June. The State Cabinet last evening discussed the issue, and Congress legislators and parliamentarians are expected to discuss the issue in a brainstorming session over the weekend. Could this be a West Bengal-style confrontation with the Election Commission? Remember, Karnataka goes to polls only in 2028, but the preparations for it will begin early. Being a key Congress rule state, the SIR process, especially in the aftermath of what happened in West Bengal, would be an extremely crucial and closely contested process. A special face-off up ahead on the Southern View, but first, let's listen in to the reactions.
See, SIR, this is not the very first time which has been conducted. This is the 6th time which is happening. So 2002 was the last time when SIR was conducted. Now there is a neat cleanup which has to happen in the system. So the SIR has been conducted in a fair manner by Election Commission. So rightfully so in Karnataka also, in other states also is happening from June 30th. So we are all well prepared for it as a regional party. We have all been doing workshops and things. So we are prepared for it.
Issues in the procedure being followed in the revision. We welcome revision of rolls. A clean, authentic electoral roll is fundamental to parliamentary democracy. But at the same time, the procedure being adopted is totally contrary to the settled jurisprudence of our country. So therefore, the various anomalies in the procedural mechanism in the SIR has been discussed, and I want to address these issues with the Election Commission of India, and if necessary, take the legal route also.
There are more than 13-14 issues, including whether the immunity given to Election Commission is a fair thing, whether it can be questioned before the Supreme Court. The cry of the country is that Election Commission should be transparent. The credibility of Election Commission has eroded because of 27 lakh of voters in West Bengal are deprived of that very right. We are trying to find a way to see that everything fair happens in Karnataka.
Well, there are multiple aspects to this argument. Are we set for another SIR face-off is one. Is it going to become a protracted legal battle as we saw in the case of West Bengal? Let's also not forget that Rahul Gandhi's vote chori campaign in a large sense was sparked off by allegations in Mahadevpura Assembly constituency in Bengaluru. Joining us this evening is Bhavya Narasimhamurthy of the Congress and GS Prashant of the BJP. Bhavya Narasimhamurthy, is there a possibility of a legal challenge to the SIR process, which is absolutely essential and necessary? Is the Congress preparing the grounds for it, or is it preparing the grounds for organizational strength to deal with the process when it begins?
Yes, it has been discussed in the cabinet regarding the legal procedure we will be taking, because we do not want Karnataka to be the second West Bengal, where lakhs of citizens will lose their voting rights. We saw what happened in Bengal, right? 27 lakh people have appealed to the court to prove their existence, literally, to prove their citizenship, demanding their rights. Their cases are not sorted, but the election happened. And you saw what happened, what was the results of this election. So by that, you can see the intention behind this SIR. And most importantly, the procedure followed in SIR and all the loopholes which are actually supporting the central ruling government. And we are very sure if we let this go without proper intervention, without making things right, in the procedure, for example, there is inadequate training for BLOs. All these deletions that are happening and the timelines, those 27 lakh people, they were not given a right to vote in the current elections. That's not acceptable. That's one of their fundamental rights, to vote, to elect.
GS Prashant, is the BJP also bracing for a confrontation on SIR in Karnataka?
Firstly, as BJP, we always respect the law of the land and we go by the rules. We are not like the Congress to cry foul whenever it doesn't suit them. Because if you look at what happened in West Bengal that all the India Alliance partners are talking about, in the 20 seats with highest number of vote deletions, TMC won 14, Congress won 1, BJP won 5, which means wherever highest number of deletions have taken place, BJP did not win. So therefore, it's a myth that Congress is trying to propagate that if voter deletions happen, BJP wins. That's not the case. Genuine voters, if anybody is left out,
my question is,
there is always the court which will render you justice. But what has happened was filtering of people who are ineligible or who should not have been on the electoral rolls. They have been weeded out. So therefore, why is Congress having a problem with a person who is not entitled to vote or who is not eligible to vote? Why do they want them to be in the electoral roll? Let the electoral rolls be fair enough, and then if there is any challenge,
what about the 27 lakh people who went to court, Prashant? What about their rights?
It's going to go against them.
You should have
Why is Congress preempting that it's going to go against them? The cabinet also noted, Veera, you have to understand about preferring an appeal before the Supreme Court or making a petition. But one more important thing is they have also withdrawn cases against the writers in the 2022 Dargah violence case. This is what the Karnataka cabinet is up to. They are withdrawing cases against the writers, and here they want to make petitions to the Supreme Court. This indicates the mindset of the Congress for the vote bank politics. Congress can do anything. 2022, the Dargah violence case Cabinet has withdrawn the cases, which means for their appeasement and vote bank politics, Congress can go to any extent. SIR is only a pretext for the cabinet meeting. They know that their vote bank, with most of them not eligible to be voters here, they're afraid
before the
that
next election in 2028.
the rule
Whatever
of
the SIR happens,
and the illegal
it should be scrutinized in the Supreme Court. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
We have faith in the Supreme Court.
We will go to the Supreme Court. We will not let you do what you did in West Bengal.
Why did the Karnataka cabinet withdraw cases against the writers in the 2022 Dargah case?
Why are we speaking about that
the same
now?
cabinet
Are we
in
speaking
which
about
they
SIR?
want
Can we have another debate about
oppose
it?
SIR. They were
Prashant, let's stick to one issue at the moment.
Let's stick to this because you are deviating the issue.
I will stick to
My
this.
question is
You
just
speak
this.
about
What
SIR.
those
You speak about
27
West
lakh
Bengal
people in
elections.
West Bengal and
Please
the right
prove
to
it.
vote?
Congress also
How
won
did you
in one of the
conduct the
seats
elections without
where
giving
highest
them a
number of
right to
deletions
be
happened.
heard in the court?
Why is Congress
Why did you conduct the
afraid?
election so
Why
fast?
is the Congress
Without
afraid?
giving them a
If
chance to
the
be
election
heard in the
commission is
court.
cleaning up the electoral rolls,
You are
why
also
is
from
Congress
Karnataka.
afraid?
You think it's right
Has
to let our
Congress
people
ensured
lose their
dummy
writing
voters?
votes?
Has Congress ensured that voters who are otherwise not eligible have been included at their behest? Are you saying that? Has Congress indulged in these practices?
Prashant,
if you are admitting it, which means at some point in time you have to face the truth. Because when you win elections with the same electoral rolls, you're fine. When you lose elections, you blame the election.
Hold on, both of you.
No, you win elections with the same electoral rolls in 2023.
problem is this.
Congress wins with the same electoral rolls in 2023. They have no problem. In 2024 Lok Sabha, they lose miserably. They have a problem with the voters list. How can there be an issue when you lose elections and the list will be all perfect when you win elections?
No, hang on. Don't speak over each other. Let me ask you a very simple question. I'll start with Bhavya Narasimhamurthy. Bhavya, there are issues with electoral rolls as the vote chori campaign itself sort of exposed in the process. Now, the only way to go about the argument that's often made, and it's been consistently made as far as the SIR process, is that the only way to set this right is the SIR process itself. Now, there are questions that's been raised in terms of the issues as far as the process is concerned. Different states have had different experiments. For instance, in Tamil Nadu, the regional parties ensured that while they opposed it, they were able to make sure that documents were submitted on time, there was voter awareness, etc., to ensure that the process doesn't go skewed. In West Bengal, the case was extremely different. What's the real fear for the Congress as far as Karnataka is concerned in terms of specific issues? West Bengal, because of a large migration and immigration of people from other states, became a very different issue. It cannot be juxtaposed and compared to Karnataka, which is a different state in terms of dynamics. What is the Congress's core?
I'll give you some numbers. My first question is, you did that SIR in West Bengal? I agree. 27 lakh people appealed to the court, right? Did you hear them before conducting the elections? Don't you think you actually took away their right to vote by not hearing them? 1,600 cases were solved and all of them, almost 99% of them got to vote. Among these 27
West Bengal problem is different from the Karnataka problem.
Next, Karnataka. They did a voter mapping in Raichur and it was estimated that 66% votes will be deleted in Raichur. And there is an estimate of 46% votes being deleted in Bangalore alone. We are not against conducting this revision of the electoral roll. Yes, it is necessary. But the procedure, where the timeline is so short, the BLOs are not, trained properly.
Okay, you're saying procedure is important and it needs to be monitored by perhaps the apex court, as you are insinuating.
Yes, and the arbitrary deletion.
All right.
And shifting the complete burden on people. Do you know, like, they're not considering Aadhaar as a proof of citizenship? They're saying,
all right, let me get Prashant to respond to it. Prashant, the lessons from West Bengal and how do you see Karnataka playing out? And I want to close this debate there. Go ahead, Prashant, respond to what Bhavya has said very quickly.
Firstly, Congress is only running its campaign on assumptions and presumptions, because when Rahul Gandhi made this claim of vote chori, he did not submit even a shred of evidence to the electoral officer, because the electoral officer then directed Rahul Gandhi to submit proof, which he failed to do, and probably he took a foreign holiday then. So therefore, Congress only makes empty claims like the leader Rahul Gandhi. They have no substance in their claims. They only make empty claims and get away with it. They do not have any documents or evidence to prove that their claims are acceptable in the eyes of law. Therefore, Rahul Gandhi makes the claim. And believe me, vote chowri started with Nehru when he was elected as Prime Minister instead of Sardar Patel. That's when the vote chori started. So therefore, Congress is probably a master at having this vote chori.
Okay, we will have to end this conversation here. It's gone all the way back to Nehru and Indira Gandhi's times as well. But thanks very much there to both Prashant and Bhavya for joining us, for having that heated exchange. Let's see what comes next as far as Karnataka is concerned, as far as this SIR process is concerned. That's all we have time for on the Southern View. News and updates continue right here on NDTV.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये ही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा
High rate, check the audio. High rate, check the audio.
Let's do it. Let's start. Breaking story, we're jumping straight into it. We've got a picture of the letter. What is in your letter? You can never predict what's going to happen in Tamil Nadu politics. 21 days in Kashmir. Unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground. Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling. For a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude. We're standing on the Indian Navy's newest warship. The line of control, Shiv Arur, NDTV.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
All right, in more breaking news, really, this is the last video that's now emerged. This is the last video of Twisha before she died, and it's a video at the beauty salon. She had gone to the salon just before. This is on the day that she died, and this will obviously raise questions about, you know, the fact that she even visited a beauty parlor just before her death. Her family has claimed that she died by suicide. Remember, she had spoken to her mother as well just before her death, and that call got interrupted because her husband had entered the room. Then you have this CCTV that has been released, which shows her going upstairs to the 3rd floor, and then her body being brought down. Well, let's go across to Anurag Dowry and now for more. And Anurag, so on the day of her death and on the day that, you know, her family says that she died by suicide, that's her in-laws, and husband claims she died by suicide. So we can see now this CCTV video has emerged which shows Twisha was actually at the salon just hours before her death.
This claim was, earlier raised by Girewala Singh that on that particular day also she went to a salon, and now the CCTV footage has emerged which shows that Trisha had gone to a beauty parlor just few hours before her alleged suicide. The parlor has been identified as Expression Beauty Parlor, where Trisha spent nearly 3 hours before the incident. For almost 3 hours, Trisha was seen trying to relax and unwind. The CCTV footage shows Trisha sitting inside the beauty parlor with her feet placed on a table and getting head massage. The family has also claimed, the Girewala Singh, her in-laws, has earlier claimed that she went to a beauty parlor. This was also written in the anticipatory bail plea application of Girewala Singh and Samarth Singh also, which they submitted before the trial court here in Bhopal.
That's right, Anurag. And now this, video emerging. This is the last video of Twisha Sharma, if we don't count, of course, that CCTV footage of her going upstairs that has now emerged, spending a few hours at a beauty parlor on the day that she died, on the day that her in-laws said she died by suicide.
And joining me live now tonight for the first time on television is Twisha Sharma's very own brother, Major Harshit Sharma, who has been at the forefront of the fight for justice for his beloved sister Twisha. Major Harshit, thank you for agreeing to speak to me tonight. I would like to start by offering you our unqualified condolences. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, that you are fighting a fight even while you're grieving the loss of your beloved sister. So please accept NDTV's condolences on this. I'd like to start, Harshit, by asking you about the allegations and the many things that have been said by Twisha's mother-in-law about your sister. I have listed some of those right now. She's talked about psychological issues. She's talked about multiple partners. She has talked about sexual past. Many things that she has said. I want your opening comments on what Giribala Singh has said about Twisha. Welcome, Harshit.
First of all, thank you for having me here. I'm here strictly in a personal capacity. The things that this woman has stooped down to by making derogatory remarks about my deceased sister has really set the family back, and it is unfathomable how one person can be, so cruel in her demeanor when the person is dead. While she was alive, she would be completely, at a different level altogether. Let me remind the ex-judge the rules of engagement of the bail. She was not supposed to interfere. With the investigations. She was not supposed to make comments on my dead sister. Such derogatory remarks, trying to divert the attention of the people as well as the investigation agency. Let me remind the ex-judge the very law that she's been practicing and passing judgments on. She has forgotten all of it. I question the bail granted to her. I question who has granted this bail. And I question her, after receiving the bail, how is she justifying these actions? And why is there no action being taken?
Harshit, do you have reason to fear that the investigation is being influenced? Your brother-in-law, Samarth Singh, has been absconding for 9 days and counting. The sense we get from your family is that your fear is that Giribala Singh and her family are able to influence the proceedings. Is that what you are saying?
It is not a fear but a fact. A coincidence, a single